Wide open lane. Good. Ford got it. Here's Gage for a three. Yeah! That looks good, baby.
Your next time cue will come with 2 minutes until airtime on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Stations, if you encounter any technical issues related to this Georgia show broadcast, please call our trouble hotline at 336-831-0861. Mark 2 minutes until airtime for this basketball game broadcast. Your next time cue will come with 1 minute until airtime for this basketball game broadcast. Stations, we are coming up on 1 minute until airtime. 1 minute in 5, 4, 3, 2, mark. 1 minute, stations. 1 minute until airtime for this basketball game broadcast. Studio producers, when you hear touchdown, please start your archive recording. Coming up on 30 seconds until airtime. Mark, 30 seconds. Your next and final time cue will be with 15 seconds until airtime. Touchdown! Studios, start your archive recording. Coming up on 15 seconds until airtime. Mark, 15 seconds, stations. Have fun.
The following is a presentation of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Commit to the G.
Dog Nation, please welcome the 23rd head men's basketball coach in Georgia history, Mike White.
It is going to happen here at Georgia.
Oh, that's Jabri Abdur-Rahim from the right corner. Pick a backdoor feed on the bounce back from Window with a two-handed dunk.
This is Georgia basketball.
Georgia will win it. How about them dogs?
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. This is Georgia basketball. Brought to you by Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Georgia Farm Bureau. Always the home team. And by Piedmont Healthcare. Piedmont empowers Georgians by changing healthcare, making it better, more simplified, and easier to access. Real change lives here. This is the Grindhouse Killer Burgers Bulldog Courtside Show. Now to Courtside, along with Chuck Dowdle. Here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
Hi again, everyone, and welcome to another afternoon of Georgia Bulldogs basketball. An early start today here on this Saturday morning. The Dogs continue their homestand here at Stegman Coliseum. It's game 2 of 3 straight as Georgia will host Kentucky on this sold-out Saturday in Athens. 10,000 plus. We'll also celebrate the 40th anniversary of the Bulldogs' 1983 Final Four team today. Dogs and Cats go head-to-head for the second time this season. Kentucky beat the Dogs in Lexington last month, quickly erasing an 8-point halftime deficit with 51 points in the second half. All-American forward Oscar Tshiebwe crushed the Bulldogs with a career-best 37 points and a whopping 24 rebounds. That game began a bit of a slide for Georgia as the Bulldogs have dropped 6 of their last 7. Kentucky now 16-8 overall, saw its conference record dip to 7-4 last Tuesday night when the Wildcats were milder than usual in a rare 15-point home loss to Arkansas. So both Georgia and Kentucky want to make their presence felt today. We'll make ours felt with the Grindhouse Killer Burgers Courtside Show. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Our producer-engineer in Athens is the Road Dog, Adam Gillespie. Luke Nadkarni, producer and host in our network studio. And Chuck Dowdle will celebrate another birthday tomorrow. Adam and I have gifted him with a courtside seat, free food, and a headset. He'll speak into the microphone next on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is committed to protecting the state of Georgia. No one knows Georgia like we do because no one covers the state like we do. Georgia families are our only focus, and we have offices in just about every county of the state. You can call it our home field advantage. No matter where you are in Georgia, Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is always the home team.
At Kroger, you can find the highest quality products at a great price in every aisle, every day with Kroger brand. So you can stock up on your household favorites that are tried, tested, and loved by you. Because when you get the products you love at great prices, it feels like winning. Shop now, in-store, or online. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Simply the best.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career path with flexibility and great pay and benefits? Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today. Bundle today at progressive.com. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
There are 5 boxes. No one knows what's in them. Yet, you may choose only one.
Is this a riddle?
No, just play Cash Pop for the chance to choose one of 5 mystery boxes with prizes worth $5,000 to $30,000.
Like a luxury vacation or even a car?
These are mystery boxes.
Yeah, but I might just peek first.
Oh boy.
It's the Cash Pop Mystery Box Giveaway, now through March 12th. Learn more at playcashpop.com. Play responsibly.
Back at Stegman Coliseum for Georgia and Kentucky. Welcome back. Bulldogs Courtside Show brought to you by Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Chuck, game number 2 for the Bulldogs and the Wildcats, and we'll talk with Georgia head coach Mike White in just a little bit. But, you know, Georgia looked really, really good in that first half in Lexington. Not as much in the second half.
Or since.
Yeah, or since. You're right. Just one win since that game.
I mean, really, you can actually draw a line on Georgia's schedule at the halfway point of our game in Lexington. We were good, and then we started that slide. And it's been compounded now by injuries. There's no doubt, you know, being without Terry Roberts for the length of time that we were without him, that has made a huge difference. But we have got to get back to playing the way we played up to and including the first half in Lexington. That's when we were playing our best basketball. In fact, I would argue maybe the best basketball we've played all year was that first half against these guys where we led them by 8 at intermission up in Lexington. And so look, this is a big game for us. We got to draw a line in the sand here and say no more. We're going to get back to being the team that we were.
Terry Roberts is expected to play, returned to practice yesterday. That was the only day, well, it was his first day back after suffering the concussion at Auburn a couple of games ago. So he missed the last 2 games. We'll get a complete update from Coach White in our pregame here coming up. But we expect to see him probably not going to start, is what I'm told. But we should see Terry on the floor today, so we'll see how that transpires.
And Kentucky is, to our best of our visual knowledge, looking over the guys that are on the floor, that they're here without Severe Wheeler, one of their better players coming off the bench, former Georgia Bulldog. And, you know, in the words of the legendary Jerry Glanville, that's one of those can't hurt, might help.
We shall see. Georgia and Kentucky coming up. Dogs 14-10 for the year. Kentucky 16-8. And we've got the matchup less than 20 minutes away here in Athens. Dog fans, make sure you check out the official Georgia basketball digital game program each game day. You can do it right now, georgiadogs.com/digital. Luke Nadkarni standing by in our Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. He's got a preview of what's to come in SEC and college basketball today. That's next on the Bulldog Sports Network.
With Northside Hospital, you can look forward to new beginnings, look ahead to comeback seasons, and look up for hope and strength. Northside welcomes you into our community of care, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. Led by our expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
Georgia fans, college basketball is back, so grab your friends in a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game. Whether you're at the bar with fellow dogs or watching with your friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis and go Dogs. Dos Equis, proud partner of Georgia Athletics. Get a dose. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2022, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
This is Georgia Basketball, brought to you by Wendy's. Wendy's home-style French toast sticks are so good, some are saying they're better than their mom's. Perfectly crispy, perfectly golden brown. Try Wendy's home-style French toast sticks today and see if they're better than your mom's. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The all-electric BMW iX M60. It's 100% electric and 100% BMW. Sustainably crafted, sporty, and equipped with a complete suite of intuitive technology, all with a range of up to 280 miles. With iconic BMW M handling and exquisite attention to detail, the BMW iX M60 is electricity in its ultimate form. BMW, the ultimate electric driving machine.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. Go Dogs!
Get ready for tip-off at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldogs gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore. It's where dogs shop.
Welcome back to the Grindhouse Killer Burgers Bulldog Courtside Show. Now, scores and highlights from around college basketball. Let's go inside the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Here's Luke Nadkarni.
Grindhouse Killer Burgers Courtside Show continues. Dogs searching for a season split, with Kentucky coming up in just about 15 minutes from Stegman Coliseum, where the first game in a full day of SEC action. Tipping at 1 o'clock, South Carolina hits the road for the Pavilion in Oxford to meet Ole Miss. Gamecocks looking to snap an 8-game losing streak. At 2 o'clock, it's the Iron Bowl basketball style as Auburn looks to upset number 3 Alabama on the Plains. And at 3:30 from the O-Dome in Gainesville, Florida welcomes a Vanderbilt team looking to capture its third straight win. Gators have dropped 2 straight. A pair of games at 6 o'clock, 6th-ranked Tennessee returns to Rocky Top. They host Missouri, while Arkansas entertains Mississippi State in Fayetteville. The nightcap features Texas A&M heading to the PMAC at 8:30 to lock horns with LSU. The Bayou Bengals have dropped 11 straight games. More scores at halftime. We'll take a timeout and catch up with Dogs head coach Mike White on the other side. Georgia and Kentucky coming up on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Reruns aren't great repeats, but a Bulldogs repeat That's something to cheer about with the 2022 Regions Georgia Bulldogs National Champions Visa debit card. Every purchase brings pride and the confidence of Lock It that lets you lock your card with the Regions mobile app. Get your commemorative debit card and checks at regions.com/GoDogs. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees may apply.
With the Kroger app, shopping online with pickup and delivery is the same as shopping in-store. Same low prices, same personalized deals, same rewards on the same high-quality items like Honeycrisp apples and pasta sauce, with no hidden fees or markups. It's one small click for groceries, one big win for busy families everywhere. Start your cart today at Kroger.com. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
No matter your favorite game day traditions, it all starts with a cup of coffee to get you ready to cheer on a Bulldogs win. Community Coffee is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs, serving Bulldog Nation with rich and smooth blends crafted right here in the USA. We've supported and celebrated thriving communities like the UGA family for over 100 years, and we believe there's no better day than game day for bringing people together. Community Coffee, strong as our roots.
We are getting closer to tip-off. Time now for a visit with the Dogs head coach, Mike White. With the coach, here's Scott Howard.
Back here in Athens, Stegman Coliseum, Georgia and Kentucky coming up. Coach Mike White is here, and Coach, we'll start with Terry Roberts returning to practice for you guys. How did he look, and what's his status for today?
Rusty, a little winded, but went hard yesterday. Yesterday was his only day, of course. Shot around this morning. We had an 8:30 this morning shoot around, and everyone was a little rusty that early. When you wake up at 7:30 on Saturday as a college student, it's a little different. That said, though, I like these Saturday early tips to where you don't sit around and wait on it all day, and you can tip that thing up and compete, and Terry's certainly ready to do that.
How about the team? Do you feel like you get enough energy from these guys to be ready for this early start?
Yeah, I do. You know, we've had some pretty good performances earlier on in the day. In fact, we've actually, even on the road, we've had some makeshift shoot-arounds in some ballrooms, you know, in some convention rooms at hotels. And this morning we were able to get on our court. Just abbreviated it, though, to where we didn't get them up super early. We just went a half hour instead of our usual hour.
How does Terry back in the lineup affect how you look today?
I don't think we're going to start him. I think we're going to start the same way we've been playing. Justin Hill's been really good. I'd like to evaluate Terry early, put him in for a couple minutes, let him catch a second wind on the bench. Probably that second evaluation will probably be more telling, you know, in terms of where he's at. But we look forward to potentially him being able to really help us.
A little more than a month ago, we were at Rupp Arena in Lexington. You guys played really well in that first half. What were some of the things you were doing to have that kind of success?
We were really connected. We were really screwed down defensively. I mean, we had gotten to the point that in that point of the season where our attention to detail was really high defensively. We really bought in collectively, and that's what it takes to compete in this league. And we've had a few leaks since, whether it be transition or blocking out, specifically in that second half in Lexington when Oscar got 11 offensive rebounds in that game. Since then, we hadn't been quite as sharp defensively. We've been better offensively, though, and that's part of the process of building. And it just seems like with this group, whatever we put our attention to, we do get a little bit better at it, and we have a couple leaks in other areas. That's got to stop, right? If we're going to max out here with 7 games left, if we're going to make some noise, we got to find a way to put it all together.
Is there anything different to expect in this game today as opposed to the first meeting a month ago?
I hear C.J. Frederick's not playing. I hear there might be another guy who's in flux. Terry Roberts is a different player in terms of what we could expect. Who knows, because he was really good in Lexington. We're going to double Oscar from the jump. We're going to go at him as much as we can offensively. We're going to go at him defense. We're going to go at him in a bunch of different ways. We're going to change defenses more often, which is high risk, high reward. We're going to throw everything we got at the wall and hope a bunch of it sticks. We're going to do our best, and I feel like we're prepared. We put in a new matchup zone the last couple days, and we'll throw it out there and evaluate it early and see how effective it is for us.
What have you seen in your study of these guys? What is the best way to defend Oscar Tshiebwe?
With 2 or 3 guys. Really the games he's struggled the most has been against elite length and girth and multiple guys in the front. And that's not who we are. That's not who we are. So we've got to do it collectively. We've got to double him. We can't miss one block out on him because he's going to get 5 or 6 when he's blocked out. And he's just a little bit tougher, stronger, a better rebounder, period. And so what we've got to do with the guy guarding their point guard, when that shot goes up, he's going to go double team. At least he's supposed to. But it's easier said than done when you got to run down there and hit a 250-pounder who's going to hit you first. But we've got to match some of that intensity. We got to win some of those battles up front.
You got to have our guys mean on the bench before the game starts, right? Angry with an attitude to get those rebounds.
I got to figure out. I got to figure out how to do that, Scott. Yeah.
We don't really have that mentality, though, do we?
We got to play a little angrier. We do. Terry Roberts brings it, but he's a point guard, but he'll get down there and mix it up a little bit. And Braylon's coming off his best game, and hopefully he can maintain some momentum. M.A. Moncrief's got to get back to being the pit bull that he was a little bit earlier on the interior. He's overthinking some things in some areas. He's a high-character guy. But him and Braylon got to get after it. They got to play. Frank's got to just throw his body around and play as hard as he can play with reckless abandon. And then our 6'5" to 6'7" wings have got to be better defensive rebounders for us. Jason Holt, Jabri Abdul-Rahim, Kerry O'Quinn, they got to all get in there and mix it up and get 4 defensive rebounds apiece, so we don't need our center to go get 10 of them. Oscar's going to be in a dogfight with our center at all times.
Coach, let's go get him. Good luck today.
Thank you, Scott.
All right, that's Coach Mike White, Georgia and Kentucky coming up. Lineups are next here on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
It's time to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Piedmont is passionate about Georgia, about each and every person that make this state incredible. From farmers to creators, manufacturers to teachers, to the dedicated staff walking our hallways. It's why we're leading real change in healthcare, to empower you through tools that make it easy to book in minutes, check in before you walk in, and have your health information all in one place. Visit Piedmont.org. Piedmont, real change lives here.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
At Kroger, you can find the highest quality products at a great price in every aisle, every day with Kroger brand. So you can stock up on your household favorites that are tried, tested, and loved by you. Because when you get the products you love at great prices, it feels like winning. Shop now, in-store, or online. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Simply the best.
Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is committed to protecting the state of Georgia. No one knows Georgia like we do because no one covers the state like we do. Georgia families are our only focus, and we have offices in just about every county of the state. You can call it our home field advantage. No matter where you are in Georgia, Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is always the home team.
Commit to the G.
Dog Nation, please welcome the
Georgia.
Oh, net. Jabri Abdur-Rahim from the right corner. Big backdoor feed on the bounce back from Quindle with a two-handed dunk.
This is Georgia basketball.
Georgia will win it. How about them dogs?
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Welcome to live play-by-play coverage of Dogs basketball. Georgia basketball is brought to you by Piedmont Healthcare. Piedmont empowers Georgians by changing healthcare, making it better, more simplified, and easier to access. Real change lives here. Now, alongside Chuck Dowdle, let's go courtside and join the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
All right, we're moments away from Georgia and Kentucky. We'll hold on the lineups just to make up a little bit of time. We'll take another break, come back for our keys, lineups, and tip-off right after this on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Georgia is our home. That's why at Georgia Power, we're building the future of energy. Over the last decade, we've invested nearly $10 billion to strengthen the electric grid, installing new substations, upgrading transformers, moving power lines underground, and investing in cleaner energy. We're making the electric grid more resilient and reliable for you and for future generations. At Georgia Power, we know that making smart investments today prepares us to meet our customers' needs tomorrow.
When you look to Northside Hospital Heart Institute, you see excellence. With a mission to heal your heart, we use the most innovative techniques and treatments, all to provide patients customized options and the most effective outcomes. Northside's cardiac surgery program has earned the highest rating given by the Society of Thoracic Surgeons for both open heart surgery and aortic valve replacement. No matter how routine or complex your heart care, you can always look to Northside. To learn more, visit northside.com/excellence.
This is Georgia basketball, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career path with flexibility and great pay and benefits? Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today. Bundle today at progressive.com. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Georgia Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
College sports is full of great trash talkers. But what speaks louder than a verbal smackdown are stats. So we'll let Ford F-Series speak for itself. Like advanced capabilities, intelligent towing, smart technology, and 45 years as America's best-selling truck. That's Ford F-Series. Custom order your 2023 F-150 at your local Ford dealer, a proud supporter of college athletics. Some models, trims, and features may not be available based on 1977 to 2021 CY total sales.
Keys to the game driven by Ford F-150. Check out Ford F-150, the official truck of the Bulldogs, at your local Ford dealer. Here's Chuck with our keys.
All right, Scott, listen, we got to grow up inside and quickly, offensively and defensively. Kentucky blessed with one of the best big men in the history of college basketball. Oscar Tshiebwe, listen, he torched us, as you pointed out, for 37 and 24 in Lexington and spent 39 minutes on the floor. We've got to keep him off the glass and out of the paint as much as possible. Secondly, we got to play with confidence. We let them 42-34 at half in Lexington. We've got to realize we can play with Big Blue, but the games are 40 minutes long. And finally, in the words of the legendary Bulldog coach Hugh Durham, he's in the building today. We don't need shooters. We need makers.
And not Maker's Mark, right?
That's right. Well, that might help too.
Let's pause for ID on the Bulldog Sports Network. Georgia in white, Kentucky in blue. Tony Green, our lead official, with the ball. Tshiebwe and Moncrief will jump it off. Kentucky will win the opening tip. It's brought to you by Northside Hospital, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal with expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more. You can move into tomorrow with confidence for a healthier future together. Look to Northside Hospital. Cats open up with the ball first. Georgia in a man-to-man defense. Charge in from the left side. Kentucky. Livingston on the move. Missed the running layup. Offensive rebound. Cat. Sheboy's got it above the free throw line. 16-foot jumper hits the rim. No good. Rebound Hill for the Dogs.
I'm good with him taking jumpers out at the free throw line, away from the glass all day long.
Georgia starting 5. Justin Hill, Cario, Oquendo, Juice Holt, M.A. Moncrief, and Braylon Bridges. Cats counter as we get it inside to Oquendo for a one-handed jam, a power dunk to get this game started. 2-0 Georgia.
That was a play that you could tell Mike White had seen that on film.
Kentucky for 3 from the left side. Cason Wallace, one of the top freshmen in the league. It rattles out. And the rebound to the Dogs. Georgia with possession. They work to our left on this Saturday afternoon. Hill tied up by Wallace, trying to reach in for the basketball. Hill falls on his back on the floor, and that's going to be... They call the foul on
No,
Kentucky?
they call a jump ball.
A jump ball, okay.
They said he tied it up before he threw him to the floor.
Okay. Our officials today, Tony Green, Mike Nance, and Will Howard, no relation. 2-0, Dogs with possession. Hill, slow bounce pass left to Bridges. He's above the three-point line. Backdoor feed to Cario, and a soft layup from the right side of the rim. Good. Oquendo, 2 for 2, and Georgia leads at 4-0.
He thought about dunking it, but he realized how close he was.
Cats get in deep with Sheboy. We foul him as he puts it up over the rim from the right side. Pushing foul on the Dogs, and that'll send Oscar Sheboy to the free throw line for 2 shots for Kentucky. Foul, I think they called it on Cario. They did. That's his first and the team's first. Sheboy, 6'9" and 260. Transfer from West Virginia. And the Republic of the Congo, 69% at the line this season. He gets there a lot. 81 of 117 attempts. And that free throw is good for the Cats' first point of the game. 4-1. Dogs lead early here. A little more than 90 seconds in. Kentucky in their road blues. Georgia in their throwback home white uniforms. Sheboy releases with the right hand, and it's good. He hit both foul shots. 4-2. Dogs in front with the ball. Justin Hill trots it into the front court, middle of the floor. Now they send 2 guys after him to trap him at half court. He gets the ball to Moncrief quickly and then back to Hill. Between the circles, Justin to Bridges. Lob to Hill. Reverse pivot. Throws it in the paint. Ball is loose. He's diving on the floor. Georgia going to get it. Over to Cario for a line drive 3. Skims off the rim. No good. Cats with the rebound.
Good hustle by the Dogs on that loose ball.
Sheboy's got it. Left block, reverse lay-in as he slides past Bridges and under the rim. Misses the shot. Rebound to the Dogs. Moncrief's got it. Attacking all the way in. Spins through the lane. Misses it off the rim. Tap-up won't go, but it's tapped out to the Dogs. And Georgia gets another opportunity with an offensive rebound. 4-2 Georgia leads. 17.5 minutes on the clock. Hill skips it over to Bridges at the left elbow. He'll shoot it with the left hand. Miss it off the back of the rim. We fight for the rebound. But Sheboy gets it away from Moncrief. Cats up the floor, left to right. They go to Wallace. He drives down the right edge of the lane. A little bit out of control. Nothing on the baseline. Feeds it back. Reeves drives now. He scoops it up. That's off the rim.
How about taking it away from Sheboy? That was beautiful.
He couldn't get the
rebound away from him. Well, you don't see that very often.
Dogs with the ball. Hill through traffic, and they grab him around the waist, it looked like, as he slashed through the lane. He's got 2 shots coming and a foul on Kentucky. We'll send Justin Hill to the line. The foul on the 6'4 freshman guard, Cason Wallace.
You know, I talked about we need to grow up inside quickly today. There's a place we've grown up. Justin Hill, since he's had to step in for Terry Roberts, has really matured as a good point guard.
Hill, free throw, good. Rattles it through there for his first point. Georgia 5-2 lead now. Hill had 13 points, 7 assists, only 1 turnover in the loss to Ole Miss in the last outing. 33 points in his last 2 games as the starting point guard. Now Hill out and Terry Roberts in after Justin connected on both foul shots.
And you hear the cheer from the crowd, happy to have him back.
We haven't had Terry on the floor since the first half against Auburn. They go into Shibwe, tries to back down Bridges. Can't do it. They kick it out on the perimeter. 3 ball from the left side by Chris Livingston is no good. Rebound ripped down by Juice Holt. Moncrief drives through a double team, puts the ball up. Anselm got hit in the face. I think is he bleeding?
He thinks he is.
He lost the contact lens. I think he lost the contact lens, or he might be bleeding. He is bleeding. Yeah, he got hit in the face. There's blood on the floor. They're going to have to clean that up.
Yeah, Braylon immediately saw it, jumped back up, went to the scores table. He's already checked back in. So
officials stopped the play because Anselm took a whack across the face and is bleeding. So we've had to halt the game with 16:35 on the clock first half. Georgia up 6-2. And we're 35 seconds away from the first media timeout. They're not going to go ahead and take that here, at least at this point. We'll remind you, Georgia fans, if you want to do an NIL deal with a dog, go to georgiadogs.com/NIL to connect with a student athlete on a sponsorship, a commercial, an appearance, an autograph session, and more. That's georgiadogs.com/NIL.
Yeah. That means if you want to be involved in NIL, you're not the guy getting the NIL.
Right. No, you're the guys funding it.
Oh, okay. That's what we like.
I think that's how that works. So the officials are going to go to the replay monitor and check to see if they can see exactly what happened to Frank Anselm.
I didn't see it.
He's being treated down on the end of our bench by our trainer, Lance Schumann. He's got a towel up over his face, and I'm not sure if he got his nose gashed or just his nose is bleeding or what, but he's got blood coming out somewhere up around his face. The officials,
okay,
nothing flagrant.
No foul. Nothing flagrant, no foul.
There probably was a foul.
Yeah, well, we didn't see that.
There was some contact.
That was a mystery.
But it wasn't flagrant.
It was a phantom foul.
Just a basketball activity, I guess. Well, nonetheless, I think the floor is cleaned up, and we're going to resume play with Georgia going to the line and M.A. Moncrief. Moncrief from Toronto, Canada. Free throw for the 6'8 junior. Transfer from Oklahoma State is good. His first point of the game. Moncrief at 55% for the season. Second free throw around the rim 1.5 times and falls through good.
It tried to get out of there, didn't it?
It did. 8-2, Dogs with an early lead here. Cats with a basketball. Adu Fierro brings it into the front court. They go to Reeves on the right side. Tries to sweep it down into Shibwe, but the ball was kicked. Rolls out of bounds, kicked by Georgia. Cats will inbound it again with Antonio Reeves.
Scott, I'm afraid they're not going to be so generous as to try to have Shibwe for us shooting jumpers from out beyond the free throw line.
Probably not. They want to post him up as much as they can. Cats are looking inside. Toppin's back and forth across the lane. Now they launch a three, and Reeves is going to knock it down. 41% this year. He's among the best on the team. That's his 54th of the year as Reeves connects for their first basket of the game, and it's 8-5. Kentucky does not have Xavier Wheeler today. He's in warm-ups. He did travel, but he's not playing today. Suffered an ankle injury. Didn't play against Arkansas in their loss earlier this week either. Cario drives to the basket for Georgia. Has it knocked out of his hands. Taken away by Kentucky. Cats with the ball. Trailing by 3. They try to tie it up here. They missed the 3 from the right side. Fierro and a foul on the rebound.
Yeah, they got Shibwe.
A push on Oscar. That's his first. Team's second. Team's third, correction. And we go into a timeout with 15:33 on the clock here in half number 1. Georgia 8, Kentucky 5 at the first media timeout. Back to Athens after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Core Power is the official protein drink of Georgia basketball, fueled by 26 grams of high-quality protein to give your body what it needs when it needs it. Recover and build lean muscle with Core Power, the official protein drink of Georgia basketball.
Get ready for tip-off at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldogs gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore, it's where dogs shop.
Want more exclusives and behind-the-scenes Bulldogs content, more game highlights, mic'd ups, and original programming? Search for the Georgia Bulldogs All Access channel on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Georgia Bulldogs All Access, your official inside connection to Georgia football and all Georgia Bulldogs sports.
New season, new coach. Sometimes it's best to change direction and get a fresh start. I'm Kenny Mullins for the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 613. If you're in construction, maybe you need a new start too. Come join our team of over 5,000 electrical workers. Better pay and benefits, superior training, and safer working conditions with an army of people who have your back. Visit IBEW613.org and click Join Our Team. Go Dogs!
Georgia leads Kentucky 8-5 here at the first media timeout. Georgia fans, when you need to see a game, you need to head to StubHub. Whether you want to sit courtside or score a bird's eye view, StubHub is the best place to grab 100% verified tickets. StubHub is the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the Georgia Bulldogs. StubHub, be there.
Scott, we mentioned growing up inside, and that meant on the glass, and Dogs are off to a good start of a couple things we wanted to see. That and to see them play with confidence. And they're leading on the glass right now, 7-4. That's early, but the Dogs are showing aggressiveness to get in there and get on the glass and rebound. They took one rebound away from Oscar Sheboy, and that's something you just don't see. Usually if he gets his hands on it, he's got it. But we took one right out of his hands. So if we continue to play with that kind of aggressiveness on the glass and continue to play with a lot of maturity, we can give these guys a battle.
Sheboy is the nation's top rebounder. He averages just over 13 a game. He had 515 rebounds last year. I mean, some guys, and I'm talking big guys, they have that for a career, and they hang their hat on that. He had that in one season.
He's one of the best I've ever seen. I think he's one of the best in the history of the game. But like I said, they do you a favor when they bring him away from the hoop to have him shoot offensively, like jump shots out around the free throw line. First off, he's not as good there at making those jump shots. And secondly, he's not there to rebound. So, listen, thank you, John Calipari, and you're welcome to please do that all game.
Jalen Ingram into the game now. Terry Roberts will bring the ball up the floor for the Dogs. Bridges, Oquindo, and Mardrez McBride on the floor as well for Georgia. Dogs with possession. They lead it 8-5. Roberts around a screen from Bridges, dribbles to his right. Now curls under the basket, over to Cario for a three, left corner, off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Sheboy. Katz with the ball, Toppin skids to a stop at the left elbow, dribbles it 2 feet back, will shoot the jumper there, won't go. Rebound tapped up, controlled by Ingram for the Dogs. Outlet to Roberts up the near sideline, right to left. Terry through traffic, kick out again into the corner. This time Cario dribbles it inside the arc and feeds top of the key to Ingram, and they'll lob it back to Roberts, and we'll reset with 15 on the clock.
Cario thought about that three, but I think he also thought about missing that other one.
Roberts doubled at the three-point line, over to Ingram for a Scana Energy three. Jalen Ingram, the seventh-year player from Madison, Georgia, with his first points of the game. And it's 11-5 Dogs. Ingram now with his 15th three of the year, 37% in limited shooting as he returns from that ACL injury last season. Katz almost turned it over. Ball was bobbled and knocked around. Roberts got a hand on it but couldn't control it. Kentucky dribbles it into the paint. Pass it up the wing. Tipped out by Roberts. Bounces into the Georgia bench. They've got 3 seconds on the clock. Kentucky will have the ball. but they'll have to inbound it and put it up quickly.
Terry Roberts did what we preach all the time. Get those hands in the passing lane. He had his back turned, but he stuck his hands out right in the passing lane, deflected the ball.
Antonio Reeves will feed it in to Fierro. He drives, runs, goes for the dunk. Shot clock violation. He's crushed under the basket. They don't get a whistle. They got a shot clock violation. Dogs will have the ball. Well, Fierro, the 6'6 freshman, instead of shooting it, tried to beat the clock by running to the basket. And he couldn't get the ball out of his hands before the shot clock expired. And then he crumpled under the rim after the play. Georgia with the basketball. Bridges above the right elbow. Over to Ingram. Shot fake. Sidestep. Here comes the three. Too deep. Rebound. Right baseline. Antonio Reeves for the Cats. The Illinois State transfer brings it into the front court, left to right. Now kills the dribble, top of the key. 13:37 on the clock here, first half. Sheboy's got it, left of the lane. Bridges is on him. Now we double him with Carrio. Pass out front to Reeves. Runner going towards the basket. Too hard, too deep. Offensive rebound. Toppin straight up and down with the shot. He misses. And Braylon Bridges rebounds the second miss for Kentucky. Up ahead to Roberts. He tries to go coast to coast. They block his shot. Left-handed layup from the left side. They block it. Cats bring it up the floor. Roberts late getting back. He ran into the crowd on the other end. Kentucky will launch a three. That's no good by Wallace, who's playing with 2 fouls. We've tipped the rebound out with Bridges. Dogs have the ball in a 6-point lead, 11-5. Roberts will slow it down to the half court now. Terry back in his first game since suffering the concussion against Auburn. Doubled out on the perimeter. Feed it in with a sweeping bounce pass to Bridges. Jump hook, left side, good.
And that's Braylon's shot. You get him down there in his territory. That's his. He's got a little flag staked out around there. This is where I live.
Let's hope he lives there a lot today. His first points of the afternoon. 13-5. Dogs by 8. Wallace with it. Terry D's him up along the baseline under the basket. Reverse lay-in rolls across the heel of the rim and down to Jalen Ingram as he misses the shot. Dogs rebound. Approaching the 12-minute mark here in the first half. Georgia off to a good start. Here's Mardrez, a deep, high-hanging three. Draws iron, no good. Rebound, Cats. Toppin, 2 hands on the ball. Kentucky in the front court, down by 8. They're just 1 for 13 to start the game. You believe that? Their only basket is a three-pointer by Antonio Reeves. Here's another three. That's short. Reeves missed that one off the front of the rim. Rebound Dogs. Roberts, Euro step down the lane. Dragged that last leg. It left him short. He didn't get any ups on that layup attempt. Cats with the basketball. This time they don't miss a three as Reeves fires from the left wing and connects. That's his second, and it's 13-8. Dogs are missing fast break opportunities on the last couple of possessions. Now Roberts to Jalen. They leave him wide open. Top of the key. Misses the open three. Rebound taken away by Wallace. He took it away from Bridges. Get it to Sheboy down the lane. He bumps Roberts to the floor, but they're going to get Terry.
I think he was set up in the
Terry for a foul.
Zone.
Yep, they got the blocking foul. Count the basket for Sheboy on the running layup attempt, and he'll get a free throw after the timeout. 13-10 is our score now. Georgia by 3 over Kentucky. Break here at Stegman. We'll come back to sold-out Stegman Coliseum in Athens after this on the Bulldog Sports Network.
There are 5 boxes. No one knows what's in them. Yet you may choose only one.
Is this a riddle?
No, just play Cash Pop for the chance to choose one of 5 mystery boxes with prizes worth $5,000 to $30,000.
Like a luxury vacation or even a car?
These are mystery boxes.
Yeah, but I might just peek first.
Oh boy.
It's the Cash Pop Mystery Box Giveaway. Now through March 12th. Learn more at playcashpop.com. Play responsibly.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The BMW i4 M50. It's 100% electric and 100% BMW. Experience the power of over 500 horses stampeding at a whisper as BMW M-engineered handling takes you through every twist and turn. The complete suite of intuitive technology keeps you connected. The pure performance keeps your heart racing. The BMW i4 M50. Silence has never said so much. BMW, the ultimate electric driving machine.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. Go Dogs!
Wendy's home-style French toast sticks are so delicious, some are saying that they're better than their mom's breakfast.
Excuse me, did you just say Wendy's French toast sticks are better than my breakfast?
Mom, is that you?
Answer the question.
I said some people are saying that because they're so crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside and perfect in every way.
Uh-huh. And what do you think?
I think it's time to tell people to choose wisely. Choose Wendy's sweet and crispy home-style French toast sticks.
That's still not an answer.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Georgia in front of Kentucky with 11:08 to go in the half. 13-10 our score. Let's go inside the huddle with the birthday boy to be, Chuck Dowdle, brought to you by Georgia's own credit union, banking on purpose. Chucky.
Well, for my gift, I'll take a win here today, I'll tell you that.
That would be a heck of a one.
Mike White wants them to get back in transition. We've noticed that the Wildcats have gotten up the floor quickly and taken some shots, some open threes. They didn't hit them all, but they hit a couple that hurt us. So he wants them back up the floor in transition. He wants them back on the glass because now Kentucky has narrowed that edge we had on the glass down to 1. We're leading them by 1 in rebounding, 12-11. And then he wants us to execute our offense. We're settling right now for those long threes and not hitting them.
It's been defense and rebounding through the first almost half of half number 1 as Georgia shooting 29%, and that's the high mark in the game. Kentucky only 19%. They're 3 of 16. Georgia 4 of 14. We've hit 1 3. They've hit a pair. Both teams perfect from the foul line. 4 for 4 for Georgia. 2 for 2 for the Cats. And Georgia +1 on the glass. Out rebounding Kentucky 12-11. Kentucky comes into this game second in rebounding margin in the SEC. +8 in SEC competition.
Boy, I tell you, this game is so many times just a game of inches, as we often say. But there, I mean, if Braylon is set up just a couple of inches forward, that's a charge. That's an offensive foul. That's no basket. But he was in the restricted zone, so no such luck.
So Sheboy back to the foul line for the second time in the ball game. He does not have a basket yet. Correction, he does have one. He just made that one. I didn't put it in my score sheet. So this is the three-point play possibility. Sheboy puts that free throw up. It won't go. Anselm back in after getting his nose repaired. He got his nose bloodied early in the ball game. As Sheboy misses the foul shot. Ball knocked out of bounds in Georgia's front court. Front of the Kentucky bench.
Yeah, it touched. That's the right call.
And it's going to be Kentucky's basketball as the Dogs turned it over. Anselm rebounded the missed free throw, tried a long outlet pass.
Kentucky tipped it, but then it went off Mardrez's hands and out of bounds.
Tony Green and Mike Nance, 2 of our 3 officials, confer to get the call correct. 13-10, Dogs by 3. Cats haven't led yet. Here's Livingston on the drive. The freshman drops it off inside. Actually had his shot blocked, I believe, and ball deflected down to Sheboy. And we try to tie him up on the left baseline, but they get Mardrez McBride for a foul instead. Georgia whistled for the foul. 10:46 on the clock here in half 1. 3-point Georgia lead. Cats with possession. High lob in left side to Damian Collins, a 6'9 sophomore. Collins, one dribble at the foul line, hands it off to Cason Wallace, who's playing with 2 fouls. Long 3, ties it up. Antonio Reeves. He's been dangerous already. That's his 3rd 3, and we're tied at 13. So the Cats on an 8-0 run to erase Georgia's 8-point lead. Georgia with a basketball. Hill's back in at the point now. Long cross-court pass to Jabri Abdur-Rahim. His first stroke of the game connects from the left corner. Scana Energy 3 for Jabri.
Scott, I got here 2 hours before tip-off. Jabri was already out on the court taking threes.
16-13. Cats answer another one. They're saying that's a two-pointer for Reeves, says Tony Green.
He had his foot on the line.
And a timeout has been called. Georgia called the time. 16-15. They give Reeves a 2 at the head of the key on the jumper. Georgia's called a 30-second timeout with 10:03 remaining in the first half. Dogs by 1, 16-15. Reeves is starting to scare me a little bit, Chuck. He's connecting after a slow start. He's got 4 baskets already, 4 for 7. He's the only guy with more than 1 for Kentucky.
Well, he's knocking them down, there's no doubt, but what we hope for is that he's going to hit a cold spell here shortly. The sooner the better, as far as I'm concerned.
Dog shooting percentage now at 33%. The Cats have upped theirs to 26%. Reeves already with 11 points in the game for Kentucky. Georgia's scoring a little more spread out. Only 2 players have scored for the Cats, Antonio Reeves and Oscar Shibwe. Cario has 4 for the Dogs. Ingram and Jabri each with 3. Hill with a couple of foul shots, as does M.A. Moncrief, 2 free throws, and then Braylon Bridges has a basket for the Dogs. Georgia by 1, 16-15. And the Bulldogs have the basketball. Hill guarded tightly by Thiero. Chased all over the floor, spins inside the arc, runs into the paint, scoops it up, and in! Hit high off the glass and fell down through the cylinder. Justin Hill now with his first basket of the game. He's got 4, and it's 18-15 Dogs. Cats with possession. Juice Holt defends the ball. That's Reeves. They go to Shibwe. Foul line jumper. Hits the rim. No good. Karam's into the left corner.
And guess what?
Foul on the rebound on Kentucky.
When he takes that jumper, he's not under there to rebound. That's a big plus for the Dogs.
Damian Collins, Chuck called for the foul on the rebound. Georgia will have possession as Collins picks up his first foul. And Jacob Toppin will check back in. Shibwe goes to the bench.
You know what? Now he's almost been on the bench longer than he was the entire game in Lexington. And he's only been there 6 seconds.
Cats only played 7 guys against Arkansas in that loss on Tuesday, 88-73. Georgia drives with Hill. His running layup attempt off the front of the rim. We tried to tip it up right in front of the basket. Couldn't connect. Cats with the rebound. Kentucky basketball. They work the left side of the floor. Now Thiero, the 6'6 freshman, dribbles it out between the circles, goes to Toppin. He pivots to face up above the three-point line. Reeves with a shot fake. And Holt defending, misses the long 3. Offensive rebound, Cats. Move the ball quickly. Thiero, shot fake and a drive against Jabri. Pulls up in the paint. One-hander, short on the rim. Offensive rebound, Thiero. Reverse lay-in won't go. We knock him to the floor and foul him.
Boy, let me ask you something. Does it seem rough under there to you?
There is some contact.
Woo! It's
foul on Abdur Rahim.
Boy, we're just shy of small caliber weapons. I mean, it is rough under there.
Adu Thiero at the line now, 73% for the freshman. And the 6'6 guard at the line for the first time. He zips it up in there good. His first point of the afternoon. And it's 18-16, Georgia by 2. Cats have not led. We've only had the one tie. That was at 13 a few moments ago after an 8-0 Kentucky run. Bridges back in the game for the Dogs. Anselm comes out.
And my guess is that when we go down the floor, we're going to be going inside to Braylon with Oscar over on the bench.
Thiero, free throw good. Hit them both. They're 4 for 5 from the line here in the first half. They trail Georgia by 1, 18-17. Dogs have the ball. Hill into Oquendo, back to Justin. He'll trot it into the front court, crossing over right now. Dribbles slowly to the right wing, above the arc. Looks over the Cats defense, fakes the 3. Feeds it into Bridges. One-handed bullet pass to Oquendo for a 3. Left wing, he was open, won't go. Tip in by Moncrief, won't go. Kicked out of the rim to the right side. Rebound knocked out by Kentucky. It'll be Georgia ball.
Well, I tell you what, we got a wide open, we've had several of these, wide open threes that just won't go for us.
Carrio's getting some good looks, but he's 0 for 3 from 3. He's going to spin and work inside. There you go. Maybe that'll get him going as he spins down and connects right off the square and banks it home. Carrio now with 6 points, and it's 20-17 Georgia. Cats ball there in blue, Dogs in white. Sellout crowd here at Stegman Coliseum. Holt pokes it away from Reeves and rolls out of bounds almost at half court on the far side of the floor. Juice with that good defense got his hands in there and tapped it away from Antonio Reeves, and we've got a timeout with 7:47 to go in half number 1. Dogs maintaining a lead. It's 3 right now. Georgia 20 and Kentucky 17 on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
It's time to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Hey, I'm driving. I joined the new Dunkin' Rewards program, and today's the day I'm going to use my points on a medium iced latte and a couple of chocolate frosted donuts.
Here you go, and thanks for being a rewards member.
And now I'm using those chocolate frosted donuts, kids, to get a few sweet, sweet, blissful minutes of beautiful relief from the never-ending onslaught of backseat bickering.
Join new Dunkin' Rewards today. Join new Dunkin' Rewards today. Save them, stack them, use them how you want. America runs on Dunkin'. Terms apply.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
Get your 2022 Regions Georgia Bulldogs National Champions Visa debit card from Regions, the official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees may apply. Dogs started this game on an 8-2 run. Georgia went up 8 at 13-5. Then Kentucky tied it up on an 8-0 run, tied at 13. The Bulldogs never surrendered the lead, however, and Georgia maintains it at 3 points right now, 20-17. There's only been the one tie in the game. Kentucky has not been in front. Leading scores thus far, Antonio Reeves for Kentucky with 11. Georgia spreading its scoring around. Oquendo has 6 to lead the way. And one thing that jumps out to me, Chuck, right now, look at our turnovers. 1.
Well, I was going to say,
only 2 turnovers in the game by both
entire
teams.
Game, and that's amazing when you consider how up and down the floor this game has been. You would have expected more than just 1 turnover for each team, and certainly for us, that's a I hate to say a high water mark, but it's a high water mark given our propensity to turn the ball over.
Well, we're third, actually second. We have the second most turnovers in the league. We average 13.5 a game. And still a long way to go. Hopefully that number stays low, but only 1 right now. Kentucky, third fewest turnover team in the league at 11.5 per contest. 20-17 as we break out of the timeouts here. To our right, the Georgia bench. To the left, Kentucky. Dogs on the floor with Juice Holt, Terry Roberts, M.A. Moncrief, Braylon Bridges, and Carrio Oquendo. It'll be Kentucky basketball. And 17 seconds on the shot clock for the Wildcats as they come back with Antonio Reeves, Chris Livingston, Oscar Shibwe, Jacob Toppin, and Adu Fierro. Fierro will throw it in, unguarded from the far sideline in front court. 5 count is on. Almost got there.
Well, it did, didn't it?
Finally hands it into Reeves, yeah. I think he got to 4.5. Cats with the ball. Reeves on the drive. Scoop layup good. The assist from Oscar Shibwe as Reeves hopped right down the lane and laid it up from the right side with the glass. And it's 20-19. Dogs by a point.
Scoreboard hadn't quite figured that part out yet, but They'll get there.
Oquendo in a triple team down there on the lob pass from Bridges. Running under the basket from right to left, caught it and tried to lay it up basically backwards. He got fouled, fortunately. He's going to go to the line. 3 players sunk down on the ball for the Cats when Oquendo was driving through the lane. Scoreboard still hasn't changed. It's still sitting there at 20-17. Cario free throw is good. He's got 7 now, and it's 21-19 is our actual score.
The official has come over. I think he's pointing it out to them, but they're
home court advantage. Yeah. John Calipari is concerned about that.
Yeah.
As Cario connects on both foul shots. He was screaming at the scores table. We've got 19.
Now they go. Now they got it.
So yeah, there's an official score there, too.
But they took Calipari's word.
Everybody knows what the score is. Cats with the ball. Thiero runs through Moncrief. Oh, wow.
Whoa. That's a terrible call.
For a block.
That is a terrible call.
It looked like he had his ground. Principled verticality, and Kentucky ran right into him, bumped him back, and Mike Nance with the call. We got Moncrief for a blocking foul.
Mike Nance missed the day in class when they taught blocking.
Well, that looked like the epitome of a defensive, holding a defensive player holding his ground. Cats may have gotten a break there. 22-19. Georgia by 3. Kentucky with the ball. They drive in close, launch it up high over the rim. Sheboy offensive rebound, surrounded by the entire Georgia team. And somebody got a foul on him, and that was Juice Holt. First on Holt, and Sheboy back to the free throw line. Now you know why he shoots so many foul shots. Because when he gets the ball in a place like he did right under the basket,
he's going straight
there's
up.
4 or 5 guys
trying
to prevent him from scoring. Sheboy, free throw number 1 on the way and good. And he's not a bad foul shooter, which is good for him. It's 69% this year. He was 13 of 18 against the Dogs in that first meeting in Lexington. 18 trips to the line. Free throw number 2. It's good, all net. Sheboy's only scored the 1 basket, but he's got 6 points. He's 4 for 5 from the line. 22-21, Dogs by 1. Kentucky still hasn't led in the half. 6:40 to go. In half number 1 as Roberts dribbles to his left, lobs it to the rim. There's a foul on the Wildcats away from the basketball. That's on Damian Collins.
They're going to give him
6'9"
shots?
sophomore.
No. They're just going to say, looked like they were going to give him shots.
They want to offer them up. We'll take them.
Yeah, we'll take them.
As long as they give us the ball back. Roberts is going to inbound for Georgia. No free throws here. 6-team foul on Kentucky. Dogs also saddled with 6 fouls at this point. Roberts feeds it into Anselm right in front of him on the left baseline. Now Moncrief has it, holds it between the circles, lobs it back to Terry. And Roberts, the Bradley transfer, dribbles it through his legs. Left hand moves to his left. He's followed by Toppin and Sheboy. Over to Juice, forces up a 3, won't go. Rebound Moncrief, and they reach in and try to tie him up with the arrow, and they call a jump ball, and the Cats are going to have the arrow. Moncrief still won't let go of the basketball. Tony Green trying to get in there and separate the white and the blue. Thiero had it. Moncrief had it.
Well, I tell you what, you like the fact that Georgia's contesting every rebound.
Yes, you do.
Even after the whistle's blown.
Georgia's actually leading on the glass by 1 over Kentucky, who statistically coming into this was the better rebounding team. Georgia 17 rebounds, Kentucky with 16. Dogs by a point on the scoreboard, 22-21. Kentucky trying to take its first lead on this possession. Toppin, jumper from the left elbow is good, just above it actually, and the Cats lead for the first time in the game. 23-22. Now a whistle on the left end of the floor.
And that was the make good. That was Nance with the make good for the call he knows he missed on that blocking charge.
They called that one on Thiero for Kentucky. His first, and the team's 7th. So the Dogs are in the bonus with 5:59 to go in the half. Roberts will be at the line for a 1-and-1 here for Georgia.
I knew he had to know he missed that. That was so blatant.
You think it had really been bothering him?
Yeah, I do. I think he knows. He
felt bad about it.
He was going to make that good.
Terry's free throw is up and in, and Roberts in the scorebook with his first point of the day. Terry averages 15 a game. He's Georgia's leading scorer this season. Second free throw is good. 24-23. The Dogs go back in front. And we've got our second lead change of the game. Dogs by 1. Cats with the ball. And, Thiero runs into Roberts. They call Terry for a block. He was trying to get that basketball. Thiero slides on the floor to draw attention. And Tony Green buys the play and blows the whistle on Roberts, who picks up his second foul. Sometimes it's tough even at home.
It is.
My gosh. It's going to put Kentucky on the free throw line. Now they're shooting a 1-and-1. They're in the bonus. Thiero at the line, 73%. Right-handed shooter around the rim and out. Justice served. Missed the free throw. Anselm picked up the rebound on the bounce. Holtz got it in the front court with his lime green shoes. Passes back to Roberts. He's wearing red shoes. I like that. Over to Holt. Juice spins down the left edge of the paint. Throws it up high and nails it. That went in fast.
I'm not sure he meant it to look like that, but hey, we'll take that.
Juice connects, 26-23. Cats launch a three and miss off the rim. Anselm rebound. Georgia can go up, make it a two-possession game. Carrio for three, no good, just off the front of the rim. Rebound Reeves for Kentucky. Here they come left to right. Another three from the left wing. Deep, high rebound off the heel. Juice knocked to the floor on the rebound. No whistle there. Dogs still moving with the ball. Carrio down to the left end. Attacks the basket.
Boy,
He's double-teamed and fouled.
Mike White is livid. They just knocked Juice Holt to the floor. I mean hard. And there was no whistle, no call.
And Mike's talking with Will Howard, one of the officials. No relation, by the way.
Yeah.
We did get the call on the left end of the floor. Should have had it back on the right end of the floor on the rebound. Instead, it's going to be Carrio Oquendo going to the line for two shots for the Dogs. Clock stops with 4:58 remaining first half, and Georgia leading by 3. Carrio, right-handed shooter, puts it up and in. Oquendo now closing in on double figures in the half. He's got 9 and leads Georgia in scoring. Yet to find his range from three-point land, however. He's 0 for 4 on the three ball. Holt and Anselm come out. Bridges and Hill back in. So we have Hill and Roberts on the floor along with Oquendo, Jabri, Abdur-Rahim, and Braylon. 4-point lead for Georgia now, 27-23. Carrio's second foul shot. Going to bounce and roll in there good. He's perfect from the line this afternoon. 4 for 4, and the Dogs lead by 5, 28-23. Kentucky basketball. Reeves behind a screen from Shibwe. Dribbles with the right hand. Now attacks. Floater. Banker good. Reeves banked it off the square. Thought he got fouled. He's got 13 points.
Well, he did a good job fending off with his left hand while he put it up with his right hand.
3-point Georgia lead. Hill answers with a little fancy footwork and a one-hander from the right edge of the lane. 30-25, Dogs. Cats throw it away, trying to go to Shibwe under the basket, a little to the left, right on the baseline, and Kentucky will turn it over. Each team with 2 turnovers now in the game. 4:26 to go in the half, and Georgia with a 5-point lead, 30-25. Hill into the front court, walks over the logo, shirt untucked. Dribbles to his left, leans into the dribble, behind the back, spins, stops, reverses, shoots, blocked by Shibwe. Ball's loose, picked up by Livingston for Kentucky. Cats block Justin's shot. Now we steal it with Terry. Terry 1-on-3 will curl around on the wing. Left side, feed it into Oquendo. He drives inside, is knocked sideways, and a blocking foul on Kentucky under the basket. That gets us to the 4-minute mark. And the foul on Thiero for the Wildcats is his second.
A lot of bodies on the floor.
Oh, this is
a lot
fun.
of bodies on the floor in this
I
one.
like it so far. Dogs 30, Kentucky 25 with a timeout in Athens. Back after this, Bulldog Sports Network.
Now more than ever, it's important to support our local businesses, whether it's your favorite pizza place or your neighborhood barber. That's why I'm a proud member of Georgia's Own Credit Union. Georgia's Own has been serving our local community for more than 85 years. Whether they are saving you money on a checking account or credit card, or supporting the people, places, and teams that we've grown to love, Georgia's Own can't be beat. To learn more, visit their website at georgiasown.org. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm one of Georgia's Own.
The dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Sports are easy to disagree on. Let's see what happens when sports talk hosts talk about something they agree on.
No, hold on. I'm saying drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds.
Well, I disagree. I think drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds.
Come on, man. Wait, I think we're saying the same thing.
Oh, so what do we do now?
Everyone agrees that drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. National average 12-month savings by new customer surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2020 and May 2021. Potential savings will vary.
Georgia is our home. That's why at Georgia Power, we're building the future of energy. Over the last decade, we've invested nearly $10 billion to strengthen the electric grid, installing new substations, upgrading transformers, moving power lines underground, and investing in cleaner energy. We're making the electric grid more resilient and reliable for you and for future generations. At Georgia Power, we know that making smart investments today prepares us to meet our customers' needs tomorrow.
It's time to spotlight the first half's best in-game stats, brought to you by Old Dominion Freight Line. Old Dominion Freight Line works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. The Dogs striving to be the best on the glass today. Rebounding totals in Georgia's favor, 20-18 over Kentucky, and the Wildcats came into the game the second leading team in the conference in rebounding margin at +8, and Georgia at number 10 in rebounding margin, -2.6, but in the plus side on the glass today here in the first half, going toe-to-toe with the powerful Oscar Tshiebwe and the Kentucky Wildcats and leading in rebounding.
We got a great crowd here, sellout crowd here. I just saw President Moorhead here. Normally you'd say, well, of course he'd be here for a Kentucky game, but as you well know, you and Adam both know, he's here for all the games. He supports these athletic programs at the University of Georgia like no other president. I mean, he shows up at everything.
Sold out crowd here again on this Saturday afternoon. 40th anniversary of Georgia's 1983 Final Four team. They're being recognized today. And the coaches and players from that team are here. You saw Vern Fleming a little bit earlier, a 12-year NBA veteran, a first-round draft pick, an 84 Olympian. Wow. He probably had the best credentials of all the guys on that team, as far as professional basketball is concerned anyway.
That team went to the Final Four, lost to NC State, which, of course, Jim Valvano and Lorenzo Charles, and they went on to win it all.
Cario at the line here, 5 for 5 now, converts on the free throw. Number 2 in the air and good. Oquendo with 12 points, the only Bulldog in double figures thus far. In Georgia with a 7-point lead, 32-25. Cats with the ball. Reeves handles. He's their leading scorer thus far with 15. They go underneath. Here comes Livingston for a baseline dunk from the left side.
Well, he got the baseline, and once he got the baseline, the only other option was to foul him, and if you did that, you were risking the three-point play.
32-27, Dogs in front. Georgia with the basketball. Oquendo dribbles left hand through the legs. Bridges in the paint. Spin move, pump fake, Tshiebwe guards. Kick it back out to Jabri. Over to Roberts with 8 seconds on the clock. Terry left-handed dribble drive. Throws it up with the right hand. Banks it off the square. He was going away from the basket. Changed hands and banked it home. Roberts with his first bucket of the game, 34-27, Dogs by 7. Kentucky basketball, less than 3 minutes to play first half. Reeves pinned in on the sideline by Jabri. Tries to pass it up the wing to Livingston. I think Roberts got Ball tipped out near the half-court line. Going to belong to Kentucky.
Coach White's asking Tony Green, did Kentucky touch it? Tony said nope.
Thought he said I didn't see it. How many times did the officials say that? I didn't see it.
Oh, that's right. They see
Therefore,
everything.
it didn't happen. Entry pass stolen on the block by Hill. Threads the needle. Oh, my goodness. Bounce pass to Cario. He skies for a one-handed tomahawk. He jammed it right on the Cats.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that'll make them call time.
Calipari got some of that on his face.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness. Dogs by 9. Cats with a timeout. 2:34 to go in the half. Beautiful thread the needle bounce pass on the run, Chuck, by Justin Hill. And Oquendo finished it strong.
Well, it was a great interception. The feed up ahead to Justin Hill, who then threaded the needle to Cario. What a monster slam that was.
Might be hard to find anybody in the league that on the run like that can get up higher than Cario Oquendo.
I'm not sure anywhere in the country. I mean, he definitely has some lift.
And he took off right there and jammed it home for his 14th points of the game. Cario with a solid first half. Still hasn't found the three ball, but he keeps doing that. He might not need the three ball today. Georgia at 41% now from the field, digging out of that 29% hole they were in earlier in the half. Kentucky's up to 31% shooting.
Well, to tell you how things are going for Georgia, we're leading them in points in the paint. Now, I talked about growing up inside and outside. That's what I was talking about. We're beating them in points in the paint. We're out rebounding them. So right now the Dogs are doing what they need to do. And they're playing with a little swagger. I love that.
9-point lead, largest of the half. Don't forget we led them by 8 at the half in Lexington. So a long way to go. 36-27, Kentucky's basketball. Reeves works against McBride on the far side. Top of the key to Livingston. Straight on three is good over Justin Hill. Livingston connects with his first three of the game, and it's 36-30. Dogs with a 6-point lead and the ball. Mardrez scoops it to Jabri. We weave it top of the key to Oquendo. Drives into the paint. Pivots under the defense. Tries to put it up. They block his shot. Either Livingston or Sheboy
got him.
They had two guys on him. And Kentucky with a basketball. They're down 6. Less than 2 minutes to go first half here in Athens this afternoon. Fierro trots it between the circles. Jabri guarding about 5 or 6 feet away. Left wing it goes into the post left side. Sheboy doubled out to top and open jumper good above the left elbow. That's the same spot he hit one earlier. From about 17 feet, a little fade away, and the Cats have hit back-to-back baskets to make it 36-32. 80 seconds to go first half. Dogs ball and a 4-point lead. Cario dribbles top of the key, moves to his left. Here comes a three, still hasn't hit. Missed it off the rim. Toppin lost the rebound, out of bounds. Dogs catch a break. It'll be Georgia basketball as Toppin couldn't get it with two hands, lost his balance, and lost the ball into the row of photographers along the baseline.
So we're going to get Braylon in there for some offense since the ball's going to be inbounded under our basket.
Anselm comes out. Bridges in with Hill and Oquendo, Mardrez, McBride, and Jabri. 1:11 on the clock first half. Hill into Braylon, back to Hill, and dribbles it up the wing. Toppin trying to go with him. They're doubling the ball. Hill dribbling it low below his knees. 10 on the clock. Justin reset between the circles. 5 to go. Drive and a kick out. Long three, right side. Good!
He finally nailed one.
Cario nailed a long one from the right baseline, or the right sideline, rather. He's got 17, and the Dogs get a little breathing room at 39-32. Crowd like that as much as the dunk. Sheboy doubled way out there on the left side of the floor.
Stepped out of bounds.
Kentucky, Antonio Reeves trying to tightrope it on the far sideline. Stepped on the sideline, says Mike Nance. Cats turn it over.
We got 31.6 game clock, 30 seconds. We can wait till there's 1.6 left to launch it.
fifth turnover of the half for the Cats. Only 2.5 for Georgia. Hill walks it inside the half-court line. Now will dribble slowly. Fierro guarding, but not closely. Clock ticking down, 18, 17, 16, 15, almost in sync with the shot clock. As Chuck told you, they're just separated by tenths of a second, so the Dogs will go into action. Jabri for three, good! Deep on the right wing, right in front of the courtside seats. 2 seconds, 1 second, last shot. Cats hit the backboard, and that's the end of the half.
How about that? That brings this crowd to its feet. An ovation for the Dogs, justly deserved. As they walk off the floor, they have done everything they needed to do, and they lead these Kentucky Wildcats by 10 here at half.
Should be an ovation. That three by Abdur-Rahim gives Georgia its largest lead of the game at 10. It's 42-32. Let's catch a station identification break before we go into halftime. Pause 10 seconds on the Bulldog Sports Network. Dogs with 6 points in the last 52 seconds. They close the half on a 6-0 run and lead it by 10 over Kentucky, 42-32 here at Stegman Coliseum. Coming up next, it's the Georgia Power Halftime Report with Luke Nadkarni. He's in our Piedmont Healthcare Network studios, and he's coming up right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
In SEC sports, the ifs come at you every minute. What if your QB had released the ball a second earlier? What if the head coach hadn't used his last timeout? What if your team goes all the way this season? If you love the tradition, if you live for the rivalry, if you can't wait each week for the absolute edge of your seat action, Regions is right there with you as the official bank of the SEC.
Regions can't help you with the ifs in sports. Regions helps you embrace the infinite life.
Member FDIC.
Georgia fans, college basketball is back. So grab your friends in a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game. Whether you're at the bar with fellow dogs or watching with your friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis and go Dogs. Dos Equis, proud partner of Georgia Athletics. Get a dose. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2022, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
This is Georgia Basketball, brought to you by Wendy's. Wendy's home-style French toast sticks are so good, some are saying they're better than their mom's. Perfectly crispy, perfectly golden brown. Try Wendy's home-style French toast sticks today and see if they're better than your mom's. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
There are 5 boxes. No one knows what's in them. Yet, you may choose only one.
Is this a riddle?
No, just play Cash Pop for the chance to choose one of 5 mystery boxes with prizes worth $5,000 to $30,000.
Like a luxury vacation or even a car?
These are mystery boxes.
Yeah, but I might just peek first.
Oh boy.
It's the Cash Pop Mystery Box Giveaway, now through March 12th. Learn more at playcashpop.com. Play responsibly.
Wendy's home-style French toast sticks are so delicious, some are saying that they're better than their mom's breakfast.
Excuse me, did you just say Wendy's French toast sticks are better than my breakfast?
Mom, is that you?
Answer the question.
I said some people are saying that because they're so crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside and perfect in every way.
Uh-huh. And what do you think?
I think it's time to tell people to choose wisely. Choose Wendy's sweet and crispy home-style French toast sticks.
That's still not an answer.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
The Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Welcome to the Georgia Power Halftime Report. The Georgia Power Halftime Report is brought to you by Georgia Power, proud to power the Georgia Bulldogs, live from the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Here's your host, Luke Nadkarni.
20 points for Cario Oquendo and a 10-point lead for Georgia over Kentucky, 42-32 with 20 minutes to play from Stegman Coliseum. Look at what else is going on in the SEC. Tipping at 1 o'clock, South Carolina hits the road for the Pavilion in Oxford to meet Ole Miss. Gamecocks looking to snap an 8-game losing streak. That game actually just about to get underway as we speak. An hour from now, 2 o'clock, it's the Iron Bowl basketball style as Auburn looks to upset number 3 Alabama on the Plains. Crimson Tide comes into this game unbeaten in conference play, the only team with that mark. At 3:30 from the O-Dome in Gainesville, Florida welcomes a Vanderbilt team looking to capture its 3rd consecutive win. The Gators have dropped 2 in a row. Later on this evening, a pair of games come your way. At 6 o'clock, 6th-ranked Tennessee returns to Rocky Top. They host Missouri, while Arkansas entertains Mississippi State in Fayetteville. The nightcap features Texas A&M heading to the PMAC to lock horns with LSU on the Bayou. That game tips at 8:30. LSU has dropped 11 straight contests. Today's halftime report is presented by Georgia Power. At Georgia Power, we know making smart investments today prepares us to meet our customers' needs tomorrow. Georgia Power, building the future of energy today. Top 25 scores coming on the other side of this timeout. Dogs on top of Kentucky by 10, 42-32 on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
College sports is full of great trash talkers. But what speaks louder than a verbal smackdown are stats. So we'll let Ford F-Series speak for itself. Like advanced capabilities, intelligent towing, smart technology, and 45 years as America's best-selling truck. That's Ford F-Series. Custom order your 2023 F-150 at your local Ford dealer, a proud supporter of college athletics. Some models, trims, and features may not be available based on 1977 to 2021 CY total sales.
Piedmont is passionate about Georgia, about each and every person that make this state incredible. From farmers to creators, manufacturers to teachers, to the dedicated staff walking our hallways. It's why we're leading real change in healthcare, to empower you through tools that make it easy to book in minutes, check in before you walk in, and have your health information all in one place. Visit Piedmont.org. Piedmont, real change lives here.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
365 days a year, just call us up, we'll be right there. Our service is guaranteed. As you make, we take great care. Our experts are always there for you and your family's needs. When your family just can't wait, you can always count on Shanae.
With the Kroger app, shopping online with pickup and delivery is the same as shopping in store. Same low prices, same personalized deals, same rewards on the same high-quality items like Honeycrisp apples and pasta sauce, with no hidden fees or markups. It's one small click for groceries, one big win for busy families everywhere. Start your cart today at Kroger.com. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield and JMI Sports under the broadcast rights granted by the University of Georgia. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the University of Georgia, Learfield, and JMI Sports. Announcers are provided by Learfield and JMI Sports and approved by the University of Georgia.
42-32, Georgia in front of Kentucky at the break. Luke Ned Carney back with you in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios as the Georgia Power halftime report rolls on with a check of top 25 scores and the number 5 team in the country rolling at home.
Marcus top of the arc to the trailing Allen into the corner. How about Morris for 3? How about it? Knocks down another. Arterio, a pair of 3 balls. Texas, its largest lead of this first half, up 18 at 41-23. Timeout, West Virginia.
Craig Way on the call from Learfield. 5th-ranked Texas hangs half 100 and then one for good luck on the Mountaineers at halftime. 51-30, Texas on top of West Virginia. Elsewhere in the top 25, 18:39 to play in the second half. On the banks of the Potomac River, number 10 Marquette leads Georgetown 48-36. Staying in the Big East, number 20 Providence in a dogfight in New York with St. John's 37-35. The Johnnies in front in that one at the break. And just after the break, up in Chestnut Hill, number 22 NC State with a 15-point 49-34 lead over the Eagles of Boston College. One other top 25 game just getting underway, 2.5 minutes old, and Oklahoma is out to an early 5-0 lead over 9th-ranked Kansas at the Lloyd Noble Center in Norman. Most important score as far as we're concerned, Georgia 42, Kentucky 32. We'll take a timeout and send it back to Stegman Coliseum right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
With Northside Hospital, you can look forward to new beginnings, look ahead to comeback seasons, and look up for hope and strength. Northside welcomes you into our community of care, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. Led by our expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
It's time to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
When you bundle your renters and auto insurance with Progressive, you could save money, but it doesn't cover any terrible memories living rent-free in your head.
Hey, I noticed it's been a few minutes since you thought about when your quarterback ran into his own teammate and fumbled, technically forcing his own fumble, and then the other team took it in for a score, and then you couldn't turn on the TV for a month without being constantly reminded of the time your quarterback sacked himself and fumbled.
Sorry, we can't save you from that memory, but we could save you money bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Coverage from Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Renters insurance and bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
Well, the 40th anniversary of Georgia's 1983 Final Four team. The ceremony held at the half, so the Final Four guys from 40 years ago were honored, recognized. Vern Fleming, James Banks, Gerald Crosby, Derek Floyd, Horace McMillan, Donald Hartree. All of those guys here in the building today. Of course, Joe Ward, who was a redshirt in that 1983 season after transferring from Clemson. He was here. Hugh Durham, the head coach. Don Beasley, one of the assistants, Larry Gay, a lot of the staff and support members from that 1983 team that won 24 games, and as Chuck pointed out earlier, lost in the semifinals to the eventual national champion NC State. A nice moment for all of those men. And 85-year-old Hugh Durham always gets the loudest ovation when he comes back to Athens.
They start early in the crowd with that Hugh.
Hey, let's check some first-half numbers of this one today. Georgia's leading Kentucky at the half, 42-32. First-half stats brought to you by Northside Hospital, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. With expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital. Just quickly, we'll highlight some numbers. Georgia shoots 42% in the half, Kentucky 35%. The Dogs out-rebounding the Cats by 2, 21-19, and only 2 first-half turnovers for Georgia, and outscoring Kentucky in the paint by 10, 18-8. Cario Oquendo got hot late in the half. He finished the first half with 20 points. Antonio Reeves leads Kentucky with 15. Second half is on the way. It's the Dogs by 10 in Athens on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Are you or a close loved one living with Alzheimer's disease? Hi, I'm Representative Lauren Matsumoto from Hawaii and Women in Government Board Chair. Please know you are not alone. For helpful resources, visit womeningovernment.org.
Another season of women's and men's college sports is underway. Follow your alma mater or favorite team in their pursuit of the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com.
Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is committed to protecting the state of Georgia. No one knows Georgia like we do because no one covers the state like we do. Georgia families are our only focus, and we have offices in just about every county of the state. You can call it our home field advantage. No matter where you are in Georgia, Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is always the home team.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Georgia Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Reruns aren't great repeats, but a Bulldogs repeat? That's something to cheer about with the 2022 Regents Georgia Bulldogs National Champions Visa Debit Card. Every purchase brings pride and the confidence of Lock It that lets you lock your card with the Regents mobile app. Get your commemorative debit card and checks at regents.com/GoDogs. Regents, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees may apply.
One half in the books, one half to go. Georgia plus 10 on the scoreboard, 42-32. Jabri Abdur-Rahim hits a late three in the half to send Georgia into the locker room with their largest lead of the game. Kentucky had one lead in the first half of 1 point at 23-22. Georgia led for the bulk of the half, obviously. And they hope to be in this same position when these 20 minutes are up. Oquendo with, all of a sudden, he exploded, and he finished the half with 20, Chuck. You kind of didn't see that coming, but all of a sudden, he's sitting there with 20 points.
Well, you know, look how many he's gotten in the paint and at the free throw line, because he's taken it inside, drawing the foul at the rim. Now, we talk about these first 5 minutes. Well, they're underway, and we've got the ball. Let's see how we do in his first 5.
Georgia starts the half with the first possession. Bridges holds on the right end of the floor, gives it to Hill. Justin had a nice first half. Wallace trying to pin him in on the sideline. Whips it over to Oquendo, right side at the hash. Feed it into Moncrief. Almost had it roll through his legs. Into the paint. Twisting fadeaway two from about 8 feet in front of the basket, and he missed it. Rebound to Cats. Kentucky with a basketball. Their first touch here in half number 2. 42-32 is our score. Kentucky trailed by 8 in Lexington in this first matchup, and they stormed out of the locker room at the second half to tie it up and take a quick lead. Toppin misses a jumper, right elbow just above it. Rebound to Hill for the Dogs. Georgia's got possession, still looking for the first points of the half. Moncrief, left side of the lane. Gets by his defender, Livingston, but missed the lay-in. Couldn't get the rebound either. Toppin comes up with it for Kentucky. They run the floor right to left. Livingston wide open, attacks from the left side, slides under the basket and lays it up and in. All of our defense was on the far side of the floor. Livingston had a clear path to the basket.
Well, M.A.'s had a couple of close shots and missed them both. Need to get him going.
8-point lead for the Dogs. Hill in traffic, banks it up from the left block. One-handed shot for Justin Hill. He's got 8, and the Dogs answer. 44-34. Livingston, couple of steps, couple of dribbles, feeds it inside. Reeves, he's been the hot shooter for Kentucky, and he hits one in the circle straight away this time. He's got 17 now, and it's 44-36. Hill drives for Georgia, blocked by Shebue. Ball bounces on the floor and over the baseline out of bounds. Touched out last by the big Kentucky forward. Georgia has possession, 23 on the shot clock. Just underway here in the second half, 18-12 remaining. Dogs throw it in. Straight away, Oquendo chases it down, turns and faces up, launches the three, misses it deep off the back of the rim. Sheboy the rebound. 8-point Georgia lead. Cats with the ball. Reeves drives in from the three-point line, spins on the right edge of the paint, throws up an air ball. Sheboy tries to pick it up. It goes to the floor. We go to the floor to try to get the ball. Sheboy picks it up, tries to scoop it up and in, and we foul him in the act. We got Braylon on the foul. That's his first. And that's going to be Sheboy, although he was shooting it awkwardly, still gets to go to the line.
It looked to me like he was trying to pick it up off the floor, but
all in one motion. Sheboy 4 for 5 from the line today. Now 5 for 6 as he hits the free throws. Only got the one basket today. Oscar Sheboy averaging 15.5 points a game, 13.3 rebounds. He leads Kentucky in both of those categories. Only had 7 points and 7 boards against Arkansas in their 15-point loss earlier this week. He hits both of those foul shots. He's got 8 in the game now, and Kentucky closes in a little bit, makes it a 6-point game, 44-38. Roberts to Holt to Jabri, head of the key, screen, Bridges. Roberts dribbles, tries to go by Wallace. He zips down the right edge, reverse pivot, fade away, 2, good, Terry. 8-footer right side. Terry Roberts now with 6, 46-38 Dogs. Wallace didn't score in the first half. That's surprising. Averages 12 a game, their third leading scorer. Toppin almost lost the handle. Roberts swipes at the ball, couldn't get to it. Toppin recovers and lobs it back to Wallace with 10 on the shot clock. He dribbles between the circles. Sheboy out for a screen. Tried to hook it back to him. Terry deflected the ball. Sheboy collects it. Then a long two-pointer is good for Oscar Sheboy.
I'm still good with him taking those. I'll live or die with him hitting those out there.
First one he's hit today, a long two. 46-40, Georgia by 6 with the ball. Less than 17 minutes remaining. Terry Roberts slowly walks on the logo. Dribbles it with a left hand. Wallace guards. Braylon screens. Terry drives. High bank shot won't go. Toppin got the rebound on the miss. Outlet to Wallace. Into the corner. Reeves back up the wing to Wallace. Feeds Toppin. Drops it off on the bounce to Sheboy. Throws up an air ball or a point-blank range and then fouls on the rebound.
Oh, boy.
Oscar fell to the floor after the foul. It's his second. Stops the clock with 16:31. Frank Anselm to check in for Braylon Bridges. Mike Nance says you got to tuck in your jersey. He tucks in the front half.
He tucks in the front. I was going to ask exactly what is it? Is the front, as long as it's tucked into the front, are you okay?
Well, see, Terry's got the back of his tucked in and the front untucked. Justin plays with his all the way out. Dogs will have the ball. Jabri to throw it in. Will Howard, the official, no relation, says you got to stay put. Can't run the baseline. He feeds it into Terry, who comes back to the ball. Now they try to trap him in the backcourt. Roberts picks up the dribble, skips it into the front side to Jabri. Abdul Rahim, underhand short toss back to Roberts with 6:19 on the clock. Half number one, Georgia leads at 46-40. Oquendo runs without the ball, left to right. Roberts dribbles it on the left side, draws a crowd, whips it over to Holt with 6. Juice for 3. Around the rim and off. No good. Rebound. Livingston for Kentucky. Outlet to half court to Wallace. They double him out on the perimeter. They feed it into Sheboy. He posted up, got the bounce pass, turns and scores. That's how they like to do it. They haven't been able to do a whole lot of that so far today, but they've cut the 10-point halftime lead down to 4. It's 46-42. Dogs in front with the ball. Holt to Jabri to Oquendo. Is he going to drive? Yes, he will. On the right block, forces up a shot against Livingston, who brought the arms down. Didn't have the principle of verticality and gets called for the foul, his second. And we get into a timeout with 15:33 remaining. Oquendo is going to shoot a pair after the timeout. Georgia 46, Kentucky 42. Back after this on the Bulldog Sports Network.
College sports is full of great trash talkers. But what speaks louder than a verbal smackdown are stats. So we'll let Ford F-Series speak for itself. Like advanced capabilities, intelligent towing, smart technology, And 45 years as America's best-selling truck. That's Ford F-Series. Custom order your 2023 F-150 at your local Ford dealer, a proud supporter of college athletics. Some models, trims, and features may not be available based on 1977 to 2021 CY total sales.
Georgia is our home. That's why at Georgia Power, we're building the future of energy. Over the last decade, we've invested nearly $10 billion to strengthen the electric grid, installing new substations, upgrading transformers, moving power lines underground, and investing in cleaner energy. We're making the electric grid more resilient and reliable for you and for future generations. At Georgia Power, we know that making smart investments today prepares us to meet our customers' needs tomorrow.
Piedmont is passionate about Georgia, about each and every person that make this state incredible. From farmers to creators, manufacturers to teachers, to the dedicated staff walking our hallways. It's why we're leading real change in healthcare, to empower you through tools that make it easy to book in minutes, check in before you walk in, and have your health information all in one place. Visit Piedmont.org. Piedmont, real change lives here.
Dogs with a 4-point lead on Kentucky here on this sold-out Saturday afternoon. Georgia basketball is brought to you in part by your Atlanta area BMW centers, providing legendary performance, exceptional offers, and a premium ownership experience. At BMW, they only make one thing, the ultimate driving machine. Visit BMWATL.com today. Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics, and go Dogs. Well, they're handing out free pizza. You know, we never get any of that over here.
No, they go right by us.
They always say it to
but
the
you know what, though?
for some
they
reason.
go close enough to us, Scott, that we can smell it. You know, you can smell that pizza, and it smells so good.
Well, that's the one thing that gets Adam up out of his seat.
Oh, his food,
Pizza and T-shirts. But the students get preferential treatment here at Stegman Coliseum. I guess so. They make the most noise, so they get the most food.
Kentucky has taken a lead in rebounding, so we need to reverse that trend here in a hurry, because that was one of the keys to us doing so well there in the first half.
Yeah, in that first segment of the second half, Chuck, they outscored us 10-4, and it's a 4-point game right now, 46-42. Sheboygan still hasn't been fully released for Kentucky, and that's good news for Georgia, although Sheboygan now in double figures with 12. He's had 12 points and 8 rebounds, and you say, well, he's not quite on his game.
Yeah, he's about to. I was going to point out he's real close to a double-double, and we're sitting there going, you know, he hadn't been a really good player today.
And he's got 4 assists, no turnovers.
Yeah, he's something. He's just a terrific player. Young man is going to make a lot of money at the next level. Now, I don't know how that'll rank with.
Well, Georgia's stat sheet has been adjusted. Kerry Oquendo, they said he had 20 at the half. They've adjusted that to 17 now, so one of his threes taken away, and I got to find who they added it to.
He just missed his first
free throw. I think maybe Jabri. Yeah, he's at the line now. He misses the free throw for the first time. I believe they added it to Abdul Rahim. So Jabri may have 6. We'll get the correction as Carrio hits 1 out of 2 at the line. Missed the first, made the second. And it looks like he's got 18 points right now. 47-42, Dogs. Cats with the ball. Reeves draws a crowd top of the key. They feed it into Sheboygan. Passes out, deflected by Georgia, but Livingston able to retrieve the ball. 7 on the clock. Antonio Reeves, the transfer from Illinois State, drives the runner. Banker won't go. Sheboygan, offensive rebound, and a two-handed dunk on the putback. Now he's got 14, and it's only a 3-point game. Well, similar to what we saw at Rupp last month. The Dogs' halftime lead withering away, 47-44. Kentucky's only had one lead today at 1 point when it was 23-22. Oquendo with the ball, drives, Toppin over late to try to close out, and bumping Carrio along the right baseline and called for the foul. Toppin with his second. Not a shooting situation for Georgia. Up 3, they'll inbound it. Roberts, right of the basket, will throw it in along the baseline. Feeds it in with one hand to Abdur Rahim. Now Terry has it back between the circles. Wallace guards. Go to Cario, flips it back to Roberts, and then runs under the basket. And then Toppin holding again, I think, on Oquendo. Yep.
It was Oquendo we got before. He's having a little trouble keeping up with Cario's quickness. That's 4 fouls, 4 team fouls on Kentucky.
And that's 3 on Jacob Toppin, one of their top players, second leading rebounder. He's got 4 points today. And he's having difficulties covering Oquendo. Breaks off the screen, takes the ball from Roberts.
Can you ask Vance to move?
Yes, left side. Offensive foul called on Georgia. They call that one on Frank Anselm.
Yeah.
That's his first. An illegal screen. Used the knee, according to the gesture from the official, Mike Nance. So Kentucky can tie it with a 3 on this possession after trailing by 10 at the half. 14 minutes remaining. Wallace dribbles out front. Goes to Reeves. Back over to Cason Wallace. He hasn't scored today, by the way. Toppin has it inside the arc. Back to Reeves for a 3 to tie it. And we're tied. They say a 2, but they're going to look at it. They credit Reeves for 2, but they'll recheck during the timeout. So it's still a 1-point game at this point. Cario drives through traffic from the left side, gets in the paint, throws it up, and draws a foul. Shibwe with the foul, his third. So now Toppin and Shibwe, each with 3 fouls for Kentucky. And
let's just be honest. The guy that's causing this is Cario. Cario is just doing a great job with his quickness and getting inside, and they're fouling him.
And he's back on the line. 2 shots. John Calipari, been in the ear of Tony Green at the half-court line. Back to our left. 47-46 is the score as it stands right now. Kentucky has 1 shot that has to be checked on video review when we get to a break as Cario misses his second free throw of the game. Well, he made them all in the first half. Now he's 1 for 2, 1 for 3 in the second half, but he hits that one. So 8 of 10 now on the line for Cario with 19 points. 48-46, a slim 2-point lead for the Dogs. Kentucky with the basketball. They work on the left end of the floor. Dogs in a 1-3-1 zone. There's a deflection by Mardrez McBride on the right side of the floor. He knocks it into the first row of seats over the courtside seats. Dogs with Abdur Rahim, McBride, Anselm, Oquendo, and Roberts, who's under the basket. Stay in the 1-3 run. Jump pass to Wallace. Lob to the rim. Threw it over Toppin's head. And then they tip it out of bounds trying to retrieve the ball. They were trying to alley-oop it to Jacob Toppin, but the pass was not a good one.
And the reason it wasn't a good one is because the Dogs are doing a good job of jumping, getting those hands up. He had to lob it higher than he wanted to.
Cats didn't handle the 1-3 run very well. Georgia did defensively. Dogs with the ball and a 2-point lead. Roberts hesitates, now drives, tries to spin. Collins called for a foul.
That is
Collins,
their 6th.
And that's his 3rd. So they've got 3 guys with 3 fouls, and they've already got a short bench. No Savir Wheeler today. They've got a couple of other guys that are missing. They're only playing like 7 guys. That's all they played against Arkansas. And the inbounds pass tipped off a Georgia player, and
what happened?
We turned it over on the entry.
They tapped it, but then Terry was coming inbounds, and he tried to grab it, touched it, and it went out off Terry.
48-46 Georgia. Wallace dribbles, draws a double team on the 3-point line, right side of the floor. To Toppin inside. Try to reach in and tie him up, Jabri, and he got called for contact and a foul. Abdur Rahim with his second. 3rd team foul on the Dogs. 12:53 remaining in the ball game. Toppin to the elbow, left side, floats it up and in, and we're tied. 48 apiece. Well, they've outscored us by 10 here in the second half. Dogs have 12:39 to recover. Abdur Rahim for three, right side. Too much on it. Rebounded on the left baseline by Reeves. They just nicked the rim for Jabri. Cats can take the lead on this possession. Almost turn it over. Ball deflected off Wallace's hands, but Reeves is right there to bail him out. Antonio Reeves drives into the defense. Dogs in a 2-3 zone. Toppin tries to drive into the heart of the zone. We reach in and foul him, says Mike Nance. Jabri grabbed his arm. That's his third foul. Fourth team foul. Cats will inbound with Reeves. 20 on the shot clock. Braylon Bridges will come into the ball game, as will Justin Hill. And Anselm and Roberts go out. Also Juice jogs in, the last guy on the floor, and Oquendo will get a breather at the 12-12 mark in the half. A timeout coming up shortly. Cats throw it in. Wallace holds it, dribbles it twice, goes to Reeves on the left wing in front of the Cats bench. Back to Livingston now on the logo, and he'll distribute to Wallace with 7 on the clock. Cason Wallace reverses his field, drives to the right, kicks it into the corner, Toppin for three, knocks it home, and the Cats lead for the second time in the game. And it's 51-48. That's their largest lead of the game. Only the second lead of the game. Justin Hill at the elbow. Comes near side to Jabri. Hill backing up. Working against Toppin. Wants to dribble and drive. Spins into the paint. Throws it up awkwardly. Off the rim. Won't go. Rebound Juice Holt. Holt in the paint. Kick out. And will reset. Hill's got the ball between the circles. He backs up. They get instructions from the Georgia bench. 51-48. Dogs have hit a cold spell. Cats have hit 4 of their last 5. Bridges doubled on the block. We get it out of there in a hurry. Jabri drives in the circle. Ran out of time. Shot clock hit 0. Shot clock violation on Georgia. And that'll get us into a timeout. Georgia just won for our last 7. And a scoring drought of better than 2.5 minutes. We've fallen down by 3. 51-48. Timeout. Kentucky leads Georgia by 3 on the Bulldog Sports Network.
When you look to Northside Hospital Heart Institute, you see excellence. With a mission to heal your heart, we use the most innovative techniques and treatments, all to provide patients customized options and the most effective outcomes. Northside's cardiac surgery program has earned the highest rating given by the Society of Thoracic Surgeons for both open heart surgery and aortic valve replacement. No matter how routine or complex your heart care, you can always look to Northside. To learn more, visit northside.com/excellence.
The Dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Wendy's home-style French toast sticks are so delicious, some are saying that they're better than their mom's breakfast.
Excuse me, did you just say Wendy's French toast sticks are better than my breakfast?
Mom, is that you?
Answer the question.
I said some people are saying that because they're so crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside and perfect in every way.
Uh-huh. And what do you think?
I think it's time to tell people to choose wisely. Choose Wendy's sweet and crispy home-style French toast sticks.
That's still not an answer.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Go Dogs, sick 'em. Whether they're on the road or the home court, my family and I get loud and proud whenever the Dogs are unleashed. In this basketball season, Scana Energy's part of all the action is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. So join my family and Scana in cheering on the Dogs to glory this season. Sign up for Scana today and get up to $100. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com/GoDogs for details. Limited time offer, terms and conditions apply.
Scana Energy is a proud partner of Georgia Athletics. For every 3-pointer scored by the Bulldogs, Scana Energy will make a $25 donation to the University of Georgia General Scholarship Fund. Scana says, go Dogs. And during the timeout, the officials went to the video monitor. They were looking at one of the Kentucky shots by Antonio Reeves. They have adjusted it from a 2 to a 3-pointer. And now Kentucky's lead is 4, 52-48 is our new score. There have been a lot of adjustments during the game to the stat sheet. Oquendo was credited with 20 first-half points, but then late in the half, they took away 3, and he had 17, and they added 3 more to Jabri Abdur-Rahim. So I'm not quite certain what we got is correct at this point.
Well, let's live with it.
52-48 is the score. We do know that much.
What I don't like living with is that they've outscored us 20-6 here in the second half. And that shows that we're not playing with that same kind of mentality and same kind of aggressiveness here in the second half that we went into the locker room with.
Well, you'll recall in Lexington, after an 8-point halftime lead for Georgia, we got thumped in the second half 51-29. And Shibwe was just crazy in that game with his 37 points and 24 rebounds. Not quite like that today. But, as Chuck points out, the Cats have outscored us by 14 here in the half and taken a 4-point lead. And they've got the ball. 11:07, so time still to make amends for Georgia. We come out of the huddle with M.A. Moncrief, Mardrez McBride, Braylon Bridges, Juice Holt, and Justin Hill will pack it back into the 1-3-1 half court. Cats with the ball on the far side. Reeves to Wallace. Skips it to Toppin. He bobbles it, gets in deep, puts it up from 3 feet, rolls off the rim. Rebound picked up on the floor by Braylon Bridges. Dogs get it back. Moncrief drives through a defender and an offensive foul on M.A. Moncrief. He can't get a call to go his way today.
He can't. He can't get a break there.
Toppin looked like he was moving his feet just outside the restricted zone, but M.A. put his shoulder into his chest and knocked him down. So we turn it over there. We only had 2 turnovers in the first half. We've got 3 here in the second. There's a kicked ball by Juice. And Kentucky will inbound it. Front court, near sideline, just adjacent to their bench. And we continue play as we near the 3.5-minute mark. Dogs extend the 1-3-1 almost out all the way to half court. Reeves is on the logo, about 2 feet inside the line. Ball is loose on the floor now under the basket.
That's our ball.
And a tie-up.
Kentucky's
Damian
got
Collins went to the floor for Kentucky. Bridges gets up off the floor for Georgia. And the mop guy onto the floor, more like the towel guy this time, to wipe up the floor. And Kentucky will have the arrow. They'll keep the possession with 11 seconds on the clock. Shibwe comes back in. 10:23 to go. Wallace apparently has a cut somewhere on his body, and one of the Kentucky trainers will have to attend to that, so we'll get a brief stoppage of play for a little medical work on Kentucky's Cason Wallace, a 6'4 freshman from Dallas, Texas. McDonald's All-American, and he's been on the quiet side today, scoring anyway. He has 0 points. He has 1 rebound and 4 assists. He's coming off back-to-back 20-point games. He had 24 in the loss to Arkansas on Tuesday night and scored 17 against the Dogs on 7 of 11 shooting in the first meeting up at Rupp Arena. But quiet today. Cats throw it in. Far side of the floor. Wallace dribbles it out of the corner up the right wing to Toppin. Toppin spins, right edge of the lane, puts up a 2. Won't go. Rebound, fight for it. Bodies on the floor for it. Who's got it? Georgia basketball, says Will Howard, the official. No relation.
That's the arrow.
Braylon Bridges gets the tie up for the Dogs, and Georgia has possession. Mardrez McBride comes out. Kerry Oquendo back on the floor. Bridges, Holt, Hill, and Moncrief.
But Scott, we had that rebound cleanly, and then we fumbled it. And that's why it ended up in a tie-up.
4-point lead for Kentucky, their largest of the game. 52-48. Dogs have been quiet here in the second half, only 6 second half points. Bridges tries to change that, and he does with a head fake and a jump hook in the paint. Second basket of the game for Bridges.
With Shibwe with 3 fouls, I'd be doing that every time down the floor.
52-50. Kentucky by 2 with the ball. Wallace between the circles. Inside the arc to Reeves, back outside the arc to Wallace. Shift it left side in the corner to Livingston. Up the wing with 6 to shoot. Wallace reverses to Toppin. Hill tips it high in the air. Takes a little more time off the clock. Comes down into the Kentucky bench, out of bounds on Georgia. But only 3 seconds to shoot for the Cats. They'll run out of a stack just to the left of the free throw line. They're looking for 34. You can count on it. And there he goes. He gets the entry pass and puts up a long two and hits it high off the glass and a shot clock violation on Kentucky. Well, that was the guy they wanted, but not the shot they wanted.
No. I'm not sure
they wanted him in that red area somewhere.
They wanted him down more where the floor is painted.
Yes.
You know, again, like I said, I'll live and die with him shooting 30-footers.
He's only made one of those long shots today. Dogs can tie it with a two here. Bridges, jump hook, left hand, good over Sheboy.
And if I'm, again, like I said, I'd be doing it every time because Sheboy's got those 3 fouls.
Tied at 52 with 9 minutes to play. Reeves dribbles left hand, guarded by Holt, who swipes at the ball. Lobs it over to Wallace. They change positions. Now he's between the circles. They run Reeves off a screen and an illegal screen. Damian Collins. Offensive foul on Kentucky. And John Calipari going to yell at him and put Toppin back in the game and take Collins out, who picked up his 4th foul. Tied at 52, Dogs can take the lead. Justin Hill slows it down at the half-court line and walks it across. 8:40 to go in the game. We're knotted at 52. Hill behind a screen from Bridges. Open three. Set shot. Good! He rips a Scana Energy three from the left wing. Justin Hill. He's in double figures with 11. Dogs in front, 55-52.
And suddenly this crowd is back into a game that they thought was slipping away from them.
Cats ball. Reeves tentatively goes to Livingston, who feeds Sheboy. Left block, turns and spins and dunks. Sheboy now with 16. He's heating up in the half. He's got 10 points in the second half. Hill drives through traffic, nudges his way through the paint, settles on the left wing. Drops it off on the bounce to Moncrief. Baseline spin. Oh, he couldn't get the lay-in. It rolled around the left edge of the rim all the way off the front side.
Boy, M.A. has had some misses at the rim. Wow.
Can't get a break here in the half. He's had 3 point-blank misses. That one tight-roped it along the rim and just fell off the front edge. Dogs by a point, 55-54. Cats with a ball. Jumper from the left side. Reeves. Line drive that hits the rim. Rebound to the Dogs.
Yeah, M.A. went and got that rebound.
Hill underneath in heavy traffic. And a ball knocked loose. I got screened out. It's out on Kentucky, I'm told. But I couldn't see how it got there.
Got out. No,
tipped it out.
Too many people between us and the action.
Dogs are going to have the ball. I do know that when we come back. And we do have a timeout. 7:22 to play. Georgia 55. Kentucky 54. Stay with us here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Buying a home? Rocket Mortgage will cover 1% of your rate for the first year at no cost to you with Inflation Buster. That's more road trips, more family fun. Plus, if rates drop within 3 years of your home purchase, you'll get exclusive savings when you refinance with Rate Drop Advantage. Save when you buy today and refinance tomorrow. Don't miss out. Visit InflationBuster.com to get started today. That's InflationBuster.com. Offer ends soon.
For Visa rate like requirements and other terms and conditions, visit InflationBuster.com. Call 1-833-7-ROCKET. Equal housing lender license in all 50 states. NMLS ConsumerAccess.org. Number 3030.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Georgia Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got your school covered. On SEC Radio, there's complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along online or on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now, as a college student, you can stream your first 3 months of SiriusXM for $1. Fees and taxes apply. See offer details and subscribe now at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
Georgia fans, when you need to see a game, head to StubHub. Whether you want to sit courtside or score a bird's eye view, StubHub is the best place to grab 100% verified tickets. And StubHub is the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the Georgia Bulldogs. StubHub, be there. 55-54 is our score. Georgia by 1 over Kentucky, but the Cats have outscored the Dogs by 9 here in the second half. I was just looking at our layup total, Chuck. We're just 2 for 12 on layups. We've missed 10 layups today.
And I got to tell you, I think M.A. has missed 4 or 5 of them, which is hot. First off, let me point out how highly unusual that is for him. He is a guy that really is superb at finishing around the rim. I mean, you watch this guy game in and game out, he's really good at finishing around the rim, but that's not happening here today. He's having trouble.
They need to finish that work around the rim. This could be a different game if Moncrief has missed like 4 here, and that last one, he just put it up on the rim, and it just would not fall in. It rolled from the left side of the rim to the front portion of it, and then just fell down into Kentucky's hands.
And he's had several of those today, which is, like I said, so highly unusual for him.
Yeah, he's 0 for 4 from the field today with 2 points. Oquendo leads Georgia with 19. He's just 1 for 7 at the three-point line, but 5 for 13 overall, 8 for 10 at the line. He's been getting to the line pretty good and having success there. Hill in double figures with 11 for the Bulldogs. The 2 leading scorers for Kentucky are Antonio Reeves with 20 and Shibwe with 16 points, and another double-double for Oscar. His 14th of the year, 42nd at Kentucky. He's got 10 rebounds.
And should we point out again that he's not playing well?
Well, not up to his normal standards, but he's going to give you what he's got, which is pretty darn good. Georgia can't get the ball inbounds and has to call a timeout. And John Calipari likes that defense on the inbounds play and gives a double high five to Chris Livingston, his 6'6 freshman, as they go back into the timeout. No one gets you closer to SEC basketball than SiriusXM. Download the SiriusXM app and tune into SiriusXM SEC Radio for news, talk, and analysis throughout the college basketball season. Try it out today and take your dogs with you on your phone, online, and at home. No car required. Timeout, 7:22 remaining. Dogs by a point. 55-54 on the Bulldog Sports Network.
At Kroger, you can find the highest quality products at a great price in every aisle, every day with Kroger brand. So you can stock up on your household favorites that are tried, tested, and loved by you. Because when you get the products you love at great prices, it feels like winning. Shop now, in-store, or online. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Simply the best. Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The all-electric BMW iX M60. It's 100% electric and 100% BMW. Sustainably crafted, sporty, and equipped with a complete suite of intuitive technology, all with a range of up to 280 miles. With iconic BMW M handling and exquisite attention to detail, the BMW iX M60 is electricity in its ultimate form. BMW, the ultimate electric driving machine.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. Go Dogs!
No matter your favorite game day tradition, it all starts with a cup of coffee to get you ready to cheer on a Bulldogs win. Community Coffee is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs, serving Bulldog Nation with rich and smooth blends crafted right here in the USA. We've supported and celebrated thriving communities like the UGA family for over 100 years, and we believe there's no better day than game day for bringing people together. Community Coffee, strong as our roots.
Georgia with a 1-point lead on Kentucky, 55-54 with 7:22 remaining. Dogs had to call a timeout, trying to get the ball inbounds and to prevent the 5 count. Called a time. So that's where we are at this point. And the Dogs shooting 39% for the game. Cats have pushed their shooting percentage up to 42. And they've outscored Georgia in the second half by 9 thus far. They've hit 6 threes in the game, the Dogs with 5. Georgia's 14 of 16 at the foul line. Kentucky 8 of 10, and the rebounding total +2 for Georgia, 30-28 over Kentucky. Now the Dogs will try to inbound it again.
Yeah, when we were behind on the glass, we were behind on the scoreboard.
Hill lobs it in, and Oquindo will chase it down just short of the logo, middle of the floor. Well, the Dogs go to work. Justin Hill at the point. Screen by Bridges. Hill left side. One of our guys falls down. That's Cario. The ball comes back to him as he gets up and launches a three off the front of the rim. Won't go.
Juice.
Offensive rebound. Juice put back. Miss another layup.
Oh, my goodness.
That's 11 layups we've missed.
Well, they don't come in easier in that one.
No, that's going to come back to haunt you, too. 6:50 to go. Cats ball. Wallace to Reeves off a screen right side. Bounces it down into Shebue to Toppin in the paint. Feeds it back to Wallace. Fade away 2 right side. Still hasn't scored. Missed it off the rim. Rebound Moncrief up the near sideline, left to right. Feeds it back to Hill. He looks at the 3. Now drives to the left corner. On the dribble. Now into the paint. Justin stops. Dips under Livingston. Oh, what a beautiful pass.
That was nice.
To Braylon Bridges, who got fouled on the shot attempt. My goodness.
They dropped it off beautifully to him.
Oh, it was like a magician back there. Kentucky didn't know where the ball was. It went right behind 2 blue shirts right into the hands of Braylon Bridges on the left block. And as he tried to put it up from there, he got fouled by the Cats. And Bridges on the free throw line. Clock stops at 6:22 to go.
That's 8 fouls now on Kentucky.
And that one was on Wallace, his 3rd. Bridges free throw, good. Bridges has 7 points in the game. And the Dogs' lead is 2, 56-54. Bridges tuck in the jersey once again. Oh, look at Justin's been told to tuck his. Oh, here it comes. Pulled it right back out. I think they do that without even thinking. Bridges, second free throw. Oh, around the rim and out. Fell off the left side. Sheboy got the rebound. Well, we need everything we can possibly get from here on out with 6:15 remaining. A slim 2-point Georgia lead. Reeves off a screen, straightaway 3. Kicked off the iron. Sheboy, offensive rebound. Splits the defense. Scoop shot won't go. Right under the basket. Moncrief rebounds. Ahead to Hill. Shoves it into the corner to Holt. Drives out of the corner. Jump stop. Reverse lay-in. Won't go. Miss another shot at point-blank range. And a fight for the rebound.
I think they're going to get Moncrief for a foul.
Yep, you got that right. M.A. with the foul, his 3rd. Team 6. Dogs are in the bonus. Kentucky has 8 fouls here in the half. And 6 on Georgia once again. 5:56 to go in the game, and it's a 2-point Georgia lead. Kentucky will walk it in the logo. Now Wallace picks up the pace, skips it to the wing to Thiero. Bounce it back to Wallace. To Toppin, swing it around right side. Reeves has had the hot hand, missed it 3. Too deep on the right side. Moncrief with a nice rebound. 2 hands it in the paint for Georgia. M.A. with a basketball. Just inside the foul line, in the paint. Whips it out to Holt. He bounces it hard with authority into Bridges. Against Sheboy. Jumps into the paint. They foul him in. The shot goes on the running jump hook. Count the basket. 9 for Bridges. 4 fouls, as Chuck says, on Sheboy. And to the line, Braylon will go. Sheboy will head to the bench.
I've been begging for him to do that. Just go inside to Braylon.
Correction. Sheboy stays in the game, and that was Thiero that headed to the bench. I saw a blue shirt headed to the left in front of me and got the wrong number. But the Sheboy's got 4 fouls.
Yeah, fouls on Sheboy.
And still 5:23 to go.
And boy, I'd make it as tough on him right now as I possibly could.
Free throw is good. There's a Scana Energy 3, the old-fashioned way, by Braylon Bridges, who comes out, asks the crowd for a little bit of noise. Georgia by 5 now, 59-54. Anselm on the floor. Jabri, Oquindo, Roberts, and Moncrief will back up into the half-court 1-3-1. Wallace by the head of the 1-3-1 to Livingston. Oh, my goodness, along the left baseline, a powerful two-handed jam right over Anselm.
Well, our defense was too spread out. We were all over the floor.
59-56. Roberts has got the ball now on the logo. He's at the point with Hill out of the game. Terry in his first game back since the concussion. Oh, he hits the official. Oh, we got a break. He hit Will Howard, no relation. He saved it inbounds. Oquendo drives, misses a layup. Another one ends up on the floor. Kentucky with a rebound. Right to left. Here's Toppin into the corner. Reeves open three. Short. Offensive rebound. Kentucky. Livingston whips it out to Toppin. Drops it off to Sheboy. Goes in for the dunk. We foul him with Cario. Misses the dunk. He'll go to the line. Have to earn it there. Oquendo got the foul. Boy, we got a big break here. Almost had a turnover as Roberts' pass hit Will Howard, the official, right in the belly. No relation. He may be related now after that save. Sheboy to the free throw line for Kentucky. Smattering of boos coming down here as Toppin will go to the Kentucky bench for some medical repairs. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification on the Bulldog Sports Network. Toppin apparently had a scratch or cut on his upper left arm and had to get that bandaged. Officials give him time. They don't make him make a substitution. And now here we go. Sheboy with the ball in his hand at the free throw line down to our left. Free throw number one is going to rattle in there and stay home. Good for Sheboy, who's got a double-double, 17 points and 13 boards. Anselm and Oquendo check out of the game for Georgia. And we get Hill back in the game and Jabri Abdur-Rahim. And Bridges and Roberts and Moncrief stay on the floor. Now they tell Terry to tuck in his jersey. And he dips the front part into his shorts. 2-point Georgia lead, 59-57. Sheboy free throw in the air, good. Got a lot of rim with that one. But Sheboy now with 18 points. 1 point lead for the Dogs, 59-58, 4:34 to go. This one headed for a photo finish, it would appear. Less than 4.5 minutes to play. Student section is standing here at Stegman.
Photo finishes are something they're accustomed to up in Bluegrass country.
Hill with the ball to Moncrief. Feeds it into Bridges. Sheboy pushed him out of the way. Still scored on the jump hook. Sheboy pushed him. They should have been his fifth foul. They didn't call it. 61-58 Dogs. Everybody on this end of the floor saw that foul that wasn't called. Kentucky to inbound the basketball. Toppin had to tie his shoe. Wallace to walk it over the logo into the front court, right to left. 3-point lead for the Dogs. Kentucky with the basketball. Less than 4 minutes to play. Roberts out defending. Reeves drives, jump stop, floats it up with the right hand, won't go. Offensive rebound, Cats. Boy, they get a lot of those.
They do.
Kentucky on the right side, comes near side. Toppin steps inside the arc, launches a long two, that won't go. They tip it out into the corner. Ooh! They say Kentucky ball. Ooh, yikes.
Wow.
Timeout with 3:36. I thought that might be the Dogs' ball, but so did the Georgia bench. And they're looking at the officials. But we've got a timeout with 3:36 to go. And Georgia leading at 61-58. Timeout at Stegman Coliseum. Back for the finish after this on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Core Power is the official protein drink of Georgia basketball. Fueled by 26 grams of high-quality protein to give your body what it needs when it needs it. Recover and build lean muscle with Core Power, the official protein drink of Georgia basketball.
Go Dogs, sick 'em! Whether they're on the road or the home court, my family and I get loud and proud whenever the Dogs are unleashed. In this basketball season, Scana Energy is part of all the action as a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. So join my family and Scana in cheering on the Dogs to glory this season. Sign up with Scana today and get up to $100. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com/GoDogs for details. Limited time offer, terms and conditions apply.
Want more exclusives and behind-the-scenes Bulldogs content, more game highlights, mic'd ups, and original programming? Search for the Georgia Bulldogs All Access channel on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Georgia Bulldogs All Access, your official inside connection to Georgia football and all Georgia Bulldog sports.
Georgia fans, college basketball is back.
So grab your friends in a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game. Whether you're at the bar with fellow dogs or watching with your friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis and go Dogs. Dos Equis, proud partner of Georgia Athletics. Get a dose. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2022, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Get your 2022 Regions Georgia Bulldogs National Champions Visa debit card. Regions is the official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees may apply. 3-point lead for the Dogs. Georgia 61, Kentucky 58. Dogs had a 10-point lead at halftime. Cats have outscored Georgia by 7 here in the second half, but Georgia still with a 3-point lead. Kentucky went up 4 in this half. That's been their largest lead of the game. Georgia's big lead was at the half at 10. And individual scoring today, Oquendo with 19. Only 2 in the second half. Antonio Reeves with 20 for the Wildcats, and Shibwe with another double-double. Let's see, that's his 14th for the year. It is 42nd as a Wildcat, 18 points and 13 rebounds. Troublesome for the Dogs, their layups. We've missed 13 layups today, just 2 for 15 on layup attempts. Kentucky has missed a bunch too, but they're 5 of 17. Let's hope that doesn't haunt the Dogs. They're not thinking about that right now. They're up 3 with 3:36 to go.
And you know what? We haven't been sterling from behind the arc either. 5 for 18 there.
It's been rebounding and our defense. And that's how we're going to try to win this game.
And our free throw shooting has been really good. We were perfect the first half. We've missed a couple here in the second half, but that's been really good in this game.
-2 on the boards here in the second half. Kentucky out-rebounding us by 4 in the second half. But overall, they've got 2 more than we do, and they've got the ball right now and less than 10 on the clock. Reeves in the corner to Toppin at the top of the key, dribbles it across, hands it to Livingston with 2 to shoot, sees the clock, launches a desperation 3. It's an air ball out of bounds and a shot clock violation on the Cavs.
And, Scott, that goes back to what you were just saying. It's been our defense and rebounds, and that was great defense by the Dogs. Had Kentucky way out court with under 5 to shoot, and then when it hit 4, he let it go, but he was so far out, just never really had an opportunity.
Livingston, a former player of the year in 2 states in high school, in Ohio and in Virginia, missed that 3 at the desperation end of the clock. Dogs with the ball. We go to Bridges. Shibwe's got 4 fouls. Kick it into Jabri. Left corner 3. Good. Yeah! 3-ball left corner by Jabri Abdur-Rahim. A Scana Energy 3 and a timeout. Kentucky. 2:52 to go. Georgia,
how about that?
64. Kentucky 58. Abdur-Rahim with his 3rd 3 of the game.
And you know what? That started because we got the ball inside to Braylon. They collapsed on Braylon because the Sheboy's got those 4 fouls. And then, boy, as soon as they did, he fired that ball over into the corner to a wide-open Jabri.
Abdur-Rahim now with 9. He's 3 for 4 on 3 balls today. And he's really finding his way from long-distance range here as the season has gone along. That's now his 38th three-pointer, and he leads Georgia in the three-point percentage as he closes in on 40% for the season. 2:52 remaining. Georgia now with a 6-point lead. That looks massive compared to where we were for most of this half.
I totally agree with you. And you know what? Listen, if we're fortunate enough to pull this thing out of the fire here, I want to point out that the Dogs fell behind after leading at 10 at halftime. Fell behind here by 6 points in the second half against Kentucky and still managed to climb out over that and now lead the Wildcats with under 3 to play by 6.
Cats bring it up the length of the floor, right to left. Dogs back into his own defense. Here's Wallace between the circles. Roberts out at the head of the defense. He dribbles to his right, cross court to Toppin. He attacks down on the left block. Spin move. Lost the dribble on the spin. Picked up on the bounce by Moncrief. Up ahead to Roberts. Italy and good. We made the layup. Our third of the game.
You see what he did? He let the defender go by him, and then he had the clean layup.
8-point Georgia lead. 2:20 to go. 66-58. Cats ball. Livingston jab step and a dribble right behind the back. Changes course. Feeds Toppin through the paint. Over to Wallace. Drives on the baseline. We leave him open. He doesn't shoot. He feeds Reeves going to the basket. The floater off the front of the rim. Roberts the rebound.
Take your time. Take your time. You got under 2. You're up by 8.
Dogs ball. Hill will walk it across the timeline. 66-58. Georgia, they try to trap and double Justin Hill. He drives inside the arc left side. Bridges comes out for help. Gives the ball back to Hill.
Yep.
Goes to Roberts near side. Moncrief inside the arc on the right wing. Dribbles it into the paint. Offensive foul. He took Toppin down on a spin move on the right block.
And they look at film too. So they know that that's the move he likes to make. He puts the ball on the floor. He's going to go to his left and then spin back to his right. And when he did that, guess what?
Yeah, offensive foul.
Yeah.
Moncrief's got 4 now. Cats ball. Time getting kind of tight. 133, 132. They're down 6, make it 8. 66-58 is our score. Kentucky for 3, left corner. Reeves, short, side iron. Offensive rebound, Shibwe. Bridges defends. Spinning jump hook from the right edge. Shibwe is good over Braylon, and a timeout. John Calipari in Kentucky with 80 seconds to go. And it's a 66-60 Georgia lead. Shibwe now with 20 points and 14 rebounds.
I sure am glad he's having a bad game.
He's having an off day. Oh, he's so good. 20 and 14 for Oscar with 4 assists. Don't forget about that. And he's playing with 4 fouls, although he should have been fouled out of the game already. Behind these red and black glasses on a push earlier in this half, just a couple of minutes ago, as a matter of fact, that wasn't called. Georgia with 3 guys in double figures right now. Quindo's 19, had 17 in the first half. Bridges has gotten into double figures, 5 of 6. He's got 12. Justin Hill, another nice day running the point with 11. And the return of Terry Roberts has been beneficial for Georgia as well. 8 points. He's got a couple of assists, 3 rebounds. Georgia's shooting percentage now higher than Kentucky's. We're at 41%. They're at 37%.
And credit Georgia's defense for that too, Scott. You've been pointing it out that that's been the thing that's carried us today, and it has. But, you look back at the beginning of this season, that was one of the things that carried this team when we were really playing well, was defense.
Points in the paint, plus 10, Chuck, for Georgia. 32-22. That's a bit unexpected. Dogs will inbound the basketball with Justin Hill. Kentucky will press. Hill moves along the baseline, got to lob it in. He lobs it in high to Jabri. Quick whip back to Hill before he fell out of bounds. Justin sprints it into the front court. Wallace bumps him from behind. Under the basket he drives. A wraparound pass is out on Shibwe. It looked like it was out on Oscar. They've signaled on the floor, though. It's Kentucky's basketball, but they're going to look at it to our left. And play stops with 1:12 to go. Well, let's see if we can catch the replay again. Are they going to show it again? The play is under review.
Yeah, it looked like Oscar. I mean, here you go.
So we'll watch the replay with Hill. Jumps in the air.
Yeah.
Oh, but hit Justin while he was out of bounds.
So here's
Shibwe definitely tipped it out, but it hit Hill's body while he was out of bounds before it hit the floor. We'll look at the replay again. Justin's pass to Roberts. Deflected by Shibwe. And then the ball it does not hit Justin.
Him.
It should be Georgia basketball
Georgia
based on that replay.
Here, I'll tell him. Gentlemen, that's Georgia's ball.
Yes. So the play is under review. They've called it in favor of Kentucky, and the 3 officials are going to overrule the call. Mike Nance, Tony Green, Will Howard, no relation, although he might be a distant cousin. After he made a saving play, the ball hit him, keep it inbounds for Georgia earlier in the game. It's going to be Georgia's basketball. 23 on the shot clock, 1:12 to play in the game. 2-possession game. 66-60 for the Dogs right now is the lead. Cats come back with Reeves and Toppin, Livingston, Sheboy, and Wallace. The Dogs will counter with Roberts and Hill, Oquendo, Bridges, and Jabri. Have to mop up some moisture in front of the Georgia bench where all of our guys were standing and sweating and dripping on the court. Now they got to wipe up a little bit more.
Yeah, I said earlier, our Libman mop men have been the MVPs.
They were for a while. Now the towel guys have taken over in the second half.
We had so many bodies on the floor. It's been a physical game.
Terry Roberts will inbound it, fakes the overhead throw, feeds it into the left corner to Justin Hill, and a quick foul by Kentucky as Antonio Reeves, the 6'5 senior guard from Chicago, purposefully fouls Justin Hill, but it's not an intentional foul. That's the first on Reeves today, and that puts Justin on the line. Clock stops with 1:10 to go. So 70 seconds, the clock is off, or it's stopped anyway, it's not turned off. And Hill free throw, number 1 is good. Justin with a dozen points today for the Dogs. And 3 for 3 from the line now. And we drop Jabri and Bridges off the foul lane.
Off the foul lane, put everybody back on defense.
Hill with 4 guys in blue stands up there and strips it. Knocks them both down. He's got 13. Georgia's lead is 8 again, 68-60, 70 seconds to go. Cats have to bring it up the length of the floor. Toppin into Wallace, who lets it roll, still rolling all the way to half court. Now he picks it up, the clock starts. Wallace drives on the baseline, back out on the wing. Roberts defending, they hoist a 3. Case and Wallace still scoreless today, missed the 3 ball, hit the side of the rim, rebound to Hill. Less than a minute to go, they foul Hill in the backcourt. That's on Chris Livingston. Number 3 on Livingston. Dogs back to the line with 57 seconds to go.
We were so good at the line in the first half, and now here we got to close it out, being good at the line.
We had a 10-point lead at the half. We lost that lead, fell down by 4 in this half. And now, if Hill makes both of these, we'll be back up by 10. That's pretty good play for the Dogs. Justin Hill for 2 shots, 78% free throw shooter this season. Number 1, all net, right through the center. Hill with 13 points, 5 for 5 from the line.
And a 3-possession game.
Spins the ball, looks at the basket, puts it in the air. He knew it. He's backing away from the line when that ball's still in the air. He knocks them both down. It's 70-60.
Make them pick
Dog
it up.
fans.
There you go.
55 seconds to go. Dogs by 10. Wallace got a lane right down the paint and dunks it home easily. Case and Wallace, and that didn't take a lot of time off the clock. The freshman gets his first points of the ball game on a wide open dunk. And Kentucky stopped the clock with a timeout. Oh, he can't give up that kind of stuff. You got to make them work for it anyway.
Well, yeah, and what happened was Terry went out to do what you needed to do was make them pick up the ball so that they weren't letting, time run off. I mean, saving time while the ball rolled up. So they made Kentucky pick up the ball to start the clock, but when they did, nobody got back, and he just went right down the middle, laid it up.
52.8 on the clock. Dogs are going to have the possession after the basket by Case and Wallace, who averages just over 12 a game. He gets his first points of the contest with less than a minute to go.
Well, look, you know what Kentucky's going to do as soon as the ball's inbounded. They've already shown you what they're going to do. They're going to foul immediately. And fortunately, we're in the double bonus. So, we get both shots. Helps to make them both, but, one helps. Every little bit helps at this point.
John Calipari's record as Kentucky's head coach against Georgia, 21-3. All 3 of those losses have been in Athens. The most recent came in 2021 when P.J. Horn hit a game-winning layup at the Horn to win it 63-62. Now here 2 years later, the Dogs are trying to knock off Kentucky again on our home floor. We lead by 8. with less than a minute to go, 70-62.
I don't think they were here last year, were they?
No.
So would this be successive? This would be successive trips for Kentucky to lose here.
On Georgia's home court, yes, if it happens. And we'll see if it does. Roberts runs the baseline, inbounds, far corner to Oquendo. They foul Carrio. Last time Georgia beat Kentucky back-to-back at home, the 89 and 90 seasons, over 12,000 days ago. How about that? Thank you, Mike Mobley, for that stat.
He counted up those days?
Thanks to Jigs. Yes, Mike's been over there going through the calendar. That's 12,000 days. Carrio, free throw, rolls it in there good. 71-62 Dogs. Try to go back up by 10 if Oquendo hits this free throw.
Mike White making his defensive
good
substitutions. Puts Juice in, puts M.A. in.
Carrio hit both free throws. He was coming out, but they push him back on the floor. They bring Bridges out. So we've got Roberts and Juice, Moncrief, Oquendo, and Hill on the floor. Kentucky down 10 with 48 seconds to go. Toppin for three. Knocks it down left wing. It's good. Cats don't have any timeouts left. 72-65. We inbound. Quick foul.
And they foul Juice.
Holt has been very good from the free throw line. And the foul was on Livingston. That's his fourth. They've been playing teetering on the brink. Foul trouble today because they don't have a deep bench, but no one has fouled out of the game. Holt to the line for the Dogs. 82% from the stripe for the Alabama transfer. 23 of 28 this season. First trip to the line today. Right-handed shooter. Free throw. Barely moves the net. Good.
Dead center.
Dogs 88% from the line today. Juice in his lime green shoes. Strokes it home good. He hit them both.
He's got free throw shooting down.
74-65. 9-point Dog lead. 45.8 to go. Cats let the ball roll in backcourt. Wallace picks it up shy of the half-court line. Now they work on the front side. They need threes. Toppin launches, misses, right side. Rebound. Who's got the ball? I got screened out. Roberts rebounded. They foul him with 35.7. John Calipari has his hands in his pants pockets as he knows time is getting short. They don't have any timeouts left, and they're down 3 possessions. And it can be more than that if Roberts connects at the foul line here. 8 points for Terry in the game as he goes to the line. Second trip to the line today for Roberts. He's 2 for 2 thus far. And he's an 82% foul shooter. Did not play in the previous 2 games. Misses the free throw. A little too deep on the back of the rim. First game back since the concussion against Auburn. Missed the A&M and Ole Miss games. Roberts, second free throw is good. Dogs get an automatic 2. They've been in the double bonus for a little bit now. 10-point Georgia lead, 75-65. 33 seconds to go. Dogs defense scrambling. Cats, Reeves, nowhere to go. Puts it in the corner. Toppin launches a 3. Around the rim, no good. Offensive rebound. Wallace, he got in there and put it back up and in, and we fouled him. Not what we wanted.
I got to tell you, that was a spectacular play.
It was indeed.
He did that all in one motion in the air.
Wallace with his second basket of the game now. Got it in heavy traffic, was able to offensively rebound that ball somehow and score all in one motion, and he was fouled by Hill. For the Dogs, now 3-point play for Kentucky with 21.9 to go. Wallace, 70% foul shooter for the McDonald's All-American. First trip to the line today. 75-67, Georgia in front. Now 75-68. Free throw is good. Dogs by 7 with 21.9. Cats, pressure in the backcourt. Hill runs the baseline to Braylon. Back to Hill. Dribbles it in backcourt. They try to pin him in, force a turnover. They're not fouling. Clock at 13. Georgia almost threw it away. Roberts saved an in-front court pass. He chased it down. It was bouncing to the sideline. And Kentucky's going to retreat. And Georgia's going to win the game as we let the clock hit zero with Hill just holding the basketball. The Dogs have won it. 75-68, Georgia defeats Kentucky for the second straight time on their home floor. They beat them in 21. We beat them here in 23. Georgia now 15-10, 5-7 in the league. Kentucky with back-to-back losses. They lost to Arkansas at home on Tuesday. They lose to the Dogs in Athens here today. They're now 16-9 and 7-5. What a performance by Georgia on the glass and playing defense today. We weren't our best offensively. We were good, and we were good enough to win, but it was defense and rebounding that won this game for Georgia today.
Don't leave out the free throw shooting. We were so good in that first half. I think we were 12 for 12 at the line in the first half. I've forgotten exactly what it was, but we were perfect at the line in the first half. And then we were really, really good down the stretch here in the second half. But you're right, Scott. Defense, rebounding, we did that today, and we played with a little swagger. Just a little bit of swagger today that this crowd helped. Make no mistake about that. This crowd that was sold out here in Stegman, they helped very much. They helped this Georgia team play with some swagger today. And they were, let's face it, they were the better team here this afternoon.
Dogs end a 3-game losing streak with this win here this afternoon. 75-68. They defeat the Kentucky Wildcats. We're going to talk with Cario Oquendo, get a few quick comments after this Georgia victory. Cario leading the Dogs in scoring today with 21 points.
Cario, before we talk to you, tuck in your jersey. Right. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding you because those officials, I know those officials tell you all that all the time. But listen, that terrific game. But toward the mid part of that first half to halftime, you seemed to kind of take control, and we opened up that big lead. Yeah. It turned out to make all the difference here.
Well, I just think that today in the last game, I just established getting aggressive early. I think in a couple games, I'm trying to wait for it to come to me for too long. And in this game, in the last game, I just been pushing the transition, telling what the coach is telling me what to do, and, just keep pushing.
One of the great things you do, Cario, is when y'all weave out at the top, you're like the third guy to touch the ball. You come off that curl and just drive with full force all the way into the paint. Usually you're either going to make the shot or you're going to be sent to the free throw line. That's been an effective play for you.
Well, yeah, Coach EP, he kind of draws up a lot of plays. He just tells me to be aggressive. He doesn't tell me to think about it before I do it, but he knows that a lot of people can't stand in front of me, so I just got to get downhill and get it on the rim.
I'm sorry. So sometimes when your three's not falling for you, do you then shy away from it and start saying, okay, I'm going to go to the rim?
I did in the first half a little bit, but coaches and GAs told me that I got to just keep shooting it.
Yeah.
Keep letting it fly. They told me I'm a scorer. I got to keep going. So
you're a good three-point shooter. So you know what shooters do? They shoot.
Keep shooting.
Cario, does it feel any different to have a win over a Kentucky team?
It feels good to get a win against any team, but I can tell the fans and everything and the team, we just had a lot of energy coming into today. We got to learn how to take that into every single game.
And what about getting Terry back today? I'm sure that helped you guys out as well.
That was good. I think he gives us another element of another guy who can come in and be on the ball, and he's a threat to drive it. So, and then on defense end, he's a monster. So we got to keep him in there.
Y'all did a good job on the glass today. Yeah. Kentucky came in statistically; they were the better rebounding team, but you guys held your own with them today. That was very important.
Yeah, Coach Dean told us that we hold under the rebounds and we get more rebounds than them, we're going to win the game. So he said every team that out rebounds and wins the game. So
the other thing I thought that was Braylon did a good job down low for you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, he was hitting those little hook shots and also making it tough on Sheboy.
Yeah, I think we did a good job of realizing whose turn it was to score, who had the hot hand at a certain time, because when I came back in, I know that Braylon had the hot hand, so we just kept going on him. Sheboy was in foul trouble.
21 points for this man right here, Cario Oquendo. Congratulations, Cario, and thanks for the visit.
All right, thank you, man.
Thank you. Congratulations. See you Tuesday night.
Cario Oquendo with us
tuck
here.
Tuck that jersey in.
All right, Chuck, you tuck your jersey in. Cario's our IBEW.
Did you see him? He started tucking in.
Yes, he did. He listens to what people are telling him. He listens to his coaches. He listens to you. That interview.
Well, that's a big mistake.
Right, it is. We didn't have time to tell him that. That interview brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 613. We are Georgia's electricians. Visit IBEW 613. StegmanSportsNet.org. We're having fun here at Stegman. The Dogs are winners today, 75-68 over Kentucky. Their 15th win of the season. That sounds good to say that as well. Stay tuned now for our Regions Locker Room Report. Georgia, you can get your Georgia Bulldogs 2022 National Champions Visa debit card from Regions, the official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees may apply. Back for our post-game coverage right after this. Dogs a winner today over Kentucky, 75-68 on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
With the Kroger app, shopping online with pickup and delivery is the same as shopping in-store. Same low prices, same personalized deals, same rewards on the same high-quality items like Honeycrisp apples and pasta sauce with no hidden fees or markups. It's one small click for groceries, one big win for busy families everywhere. Start your cart today at Kroger.com. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Wendy's home-style French toast sticks are so delicious, some are saying that they're better than their mom's breakfast.
Excuse me, did you just say Wendy's French toast sticks are better than my breakfast?
Mom, is that you?
Answer the question.
I said some people are saying that because they're so crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside and perfect in every way.
Uh-huh. And what do you think?
I think it's time to tell people to choose wisely. Choose Wendy's sweet and crispy home-style French toast sticks.
That's still not an answer.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
No matter your favorite game day traditions, it all starts with a cup of coffee to get you ready to cheer on a Bulldogs win. Community Coffee is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs, serving Bulldog Nation with rich and smooth blends crafted right here in the USA. We've supported and celebrated thriving communities like the UGA family for over 100 years, and we believe there's no better day than game day for bringing people together. Community Coffee, strong as our roots.
Now more than ever, it's important to support our local businesses, whether it's your favorite pizza place or your neighborhood barber. That's why I'm a proud member of Georgia's Own Credit Union. Georgia's Own has been serving our local community for more than 85 years. Whether they are saving you money on a checking account or credit card, or supporting the people, places, and teams that we've grown to love, Georgia's Own can't be beat. To learn more, visit their website at georgiasown.org. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm one of Georgia's Own.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, welcome to the Locker Room Report, presented by Regions. Regions. Get your Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. Coming up, reaction from the Dogs locker room, stats, and a look again at other games around the SEC and across the country. Now, let's go back courtside.
Welcome back to the Regions Locker Room Report on this winning afternoon for Georgia. An attendance of 10,376 is the announced number on this Saturday afternoon. And they were ready for a Georgia win, and the Bulldogs delivered 75-68 over the Wildcats. Don't forget, you can get your 2022 Regions Georgia Bulldogs National Champions Visa debit card by going to Regions, the official bank of the SEC, member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees may apply. So this one feels a little bit different. I asked Cario about beating Kentucky, but for Georgia and their long series, I mean, this was the 159th game of the series and only the 28th Georgia win over Kentucky in the history of the program.
They're rare, aren't they? I mean, you know that better than anybody. You've had to call so many of them, but I mean, you're exactly right, Scott. And this one does have a different feel to it. But we talked about in our keys. Here's one of the greats, the all-time greats right here, Coach Hugh Durham.
Coach, how are you?
Coach,
great to see you.
Congratulations for a program that you did so much to help. Glad to see you. Yeah, just put the headset on.
We can get a few comments from Coach Durham here as the Final Four team from 1983 was recognized.
Here. Coach, I got to tell you, I mentioned in the keys to the game that in the words of the great Hugh Durham, I said, who's in the building, I said, we don't need shooters today, we need makers.
Well, that's right.
We had a few. We had some good defenders today, too.
We did. But really did a good job on their big guy. I think, what did he get, 30-something up there?
37, I believe, up there.
And they did a great job. And, even though their starting point guard, well, I should say our starting point guard wasn't in there, the other kid that came in, it started, number 11,
Justin
kid
Hill.
can play.
Yeah. Well, he grew up a lot during that time. And you've seen this, I know. When other guys go out and you have to put a guy in the time the other guy's out, a kid will grow up for you.
Yeah, and it was nice to see them both in at the same time at the end of the game, because you got two guys out there that can handle it, and for most time make free throws.
Yeah, and right when you need them, right?
Yeah, but this is what makes you feel good. You see coaches setting something up, and the guy's driving to the basket, and they put a shooter over here, and all of a sudden that guy drives, he kicks it to him, and the guy buries it.
Makes you look smart, doesn't it?
Well, that's what happens if you're going to win games. You set guys up.
I know the play. We went inside to Braylon, and he turned in, and they collapsed on him, and he kicked it over there in the corner to Jabri, and he buried that three.
Richard Williams, who used to coach at Mississippi State, when I was here, he would say, I can get those guys shots, but I can't make them for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, coach made, said, run this. Shot. And the guys did it. And I was just really happy, because the last game was so disappointing. But forget that one. Let's talk about this game.
Well, Coach, let me ask you, something about building programs. And Mike White came in here, and clearly this was going to be a situation where, we're going to have to build a program. But the job that he has done here has been amazing.
Well, what he did do, he changed it. He was fortunate. Well, he wasn't fortunate because we got a good product here, and they had some good players, and he was able to keep those, just like that number 3, whatever.
Oquendo.
Yeah, he put his name in the portal, and Coach White got here, and all of a sudden the kid changed his mind
and stayed. Yep.
And then that number 23 has really come along. He kept those, and then he's got some guys in that came in, and I think he's really a good fit for Georgia. I think he is. I think he's a good coach, and I followed him since he was at Louisiana Tech. One time he brought a team in here and beat Georgia in the NIT.
Yep. Yeah.
Then because I follow Florida State, I know he came into Florida State, beat them in the NIT. Then he played Oklahoma in a regular season game. This is when he's at Louisiana Tech. Lon Kruger was coaching there, and Kruger can flat out coach, but White took his team in there and put 100 on them.
Wow. Wow. Well, he's doing a great job here, and we're happy with what we're seeing.
Coach, thanks for taking some time with us today. It's great to see you.
It's great to see you guys.
You too.
Yeah.
And congratulations on the 40th anniversary of the Final Four. That's always great to see you all.
It was really great to spend time, and I'm going up and spend some more time
with those players.
Yeah.
Enjoy that, Coach.
Thank you for spending some with us.
Thanks for the opportunity.
All right.
Coach Hugh Durham with us, longtime Georgia basketball coach here today, and along with the bulk of that 1983 Final Four team to enjoy the celebration. We thank him for stopping by and chatting with us.
There's a man that's seen a game or two.
Yeah.
He knows of what he speaks.
This is the Regions Locker Room Report. Georgia winner over Kentucky today, 75-68. We'll come back for more post-game coverage. We'll catch up with the current head coach, Mike White, in just a few moments, and we'll run down the final numbers, and we'll check in with Luke and get some scores along the way as well. That's all straight ahead here on the Bulldog Sports Network.
There are 5 boxes. No one knows what's in them. Yet you may choose only one.
Is this a riddle?
No, just play Cash Pop for the chance to choose one of 5 mystery boxes with prizes worth $5,000 to $30,000.
Like a luxury vacation or even a car?
These are mystery boxes.
Yeah, but I might just peek first.
Oh boy.
It's the Cash Pop Mystery Box Giveaway, now through March 12th. Learn more at playcashpop.com. Play responsibly.
With Northside Hospital, you can look forward to new beginnings, look ahead to comeback seasons, and look up for hope and strength. Northside welcomes you into our community of care, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. Led by our expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
At Kroger, you can find the highest quality products at a great price in every aisle, every day with Kroger brand. So you can stock up on your household favorites that are tried, tested, and loved by you. Because when you get the products you love at great prices, it feels like winning. Shop now, in-store, or online. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Back here on the Regions Locker Room Report, Dogs a winner over Kentucky, 75-68. Get your 2022 Regions Georgia Bulldogs National Champions Visa debit card. Regions is the official bank of the SEC, member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees may apply. The winning head coach is with us, Georgia head coach Mike White, in the coach's locker room. And, Mike, congratulations on this effort. Wow, what do you say about these Bulldogs? Rebounding, defense, free throws. You had the formula today.
Yeah, we did. We matched them for the most part on the glass. Got more defensive, of course. That said, they had more shots. Offensive rebounding, they get 14. It gives you a chance, right? I mean, at Rupp, Oscar had 11 offensive rebounds, drew 12 fouls. He gets 6 offensive rebounds. I thought we did a pretty good job on him. He's so good. I say that he had 20 and 14, 4 assists.
That's what we were saying.
I mean, he's an amazing basketball player. That said, I thought Braylon Bridges played as well as he has all year. He had 12 and 5. He was plus 22. He didn't have one of those 16 and 12 efforts. He's had a few of those, right, or even more.
Yeah.
But, man, did he make some winning plays. He matched Oscar's intensity level. He gave us a chance, man. He really bounced back from our performance where Oscar completely dominated the game in Lexington. I can't tell you how proud I am and proud for Braylon, and I know his teammates are very appreciative. Man, did he play hard tonight.
And Mike, I got to tell you something. That the play that may have put the nail in their coffin was an assist from Braylon. When you went inside to him and they collapsed on him,
yeah,
and he whipped it over in the corner to Jabri.
Yeah, he's a really good passer. He got us going actually early game, if you'll remember, with a couple Kerry Oquendo cuts to the rim off of his passes. I mean, he's a guy in retrospect, maybe at a couple different times during this year we could have utilized him a little bit better at the top of the key. He's done some of that in his past. We tried to do a little bit of that tonight, and he took advantage of his ability, his skill level, to make people around him better.
What did you see in practice? Look, it's been a tough few days, for the team, and a tough couple of weeks here with some losses that I know they weigh on you, weigh on the guys. What did you see from them that told you, we're going to go out and play well?
Honestly, Chuck, I thought our approach going into Ole Miss was very similar. I was disappointed in that one. I really felt for our guys because we prepared well, and I thought we played hard. First thing I said the other day when we walked in the locker room, I said, guys, we played hard. I can't fault that. We made some mistakes in transition defense. We obviously, every time you lose a game, you look at 15, 20 things you could have done better. So it was a very similar approach in this one. I think our guys were fired up, of course. Kentucky has that respect, of course. And I just thought that we played just as hard, maybe even a little bit harder, but made some shots, got it going. Carrio really got it going, of course. Justin Hill continues to come into his own. He was 7-1 the other day. He goes 6-1 today, so he's 13-2 in his last two from assist-turnover ratio. Again, I thought Braylon was a great bright spot for us in terms of his intensity level. And again, we've struggled here in our last couple, as we've talked about, at A&M. I believe this thing is such a blur. I believe at A&M and home against Ole Miss were our last two, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
And we were, just atrocious from three, right? Our percentages. Just couldn't buy one and had some decent looks. Today we step up and make 6. If you make 3, you lose the game. And so we made some shots. Sometimes that's just a part of the overall outcome, obviously.
Tell us about the fortitude you had in that second half. We had a 10-point lead at intermission. We lost the lead, fell down by 4, but then come back and you build it back up to 10.
Yeah.
Tell us about this second half today and what you saw our guys do that may be a little bit different from other times that we haven't played as well in the second half.
No doubt. We got it back going offensively. Braylon, a couple key baskets. Carrio drawing fouls, putting pressure on the rim. Justin Hill, huge 3 off a middle ball screen going left. But, yeah, we're up 10, and we go down in the second half, right? Did we go down 2 or 3?
It says 4 on the score sheet.
So we got down 4. Yeah. That's right. There was a little discrepancy there, and there was somebody on the line. Was he not on the line? Who knows? But Mike Nance came over and told me. So they were awarded another point there. And, how did we respond to that adversity? We hit a grand slam. We stepped up like grown-ups and connected. We talk about responses to adversity, really into success every day in hoops and in life, and we responded to that adversity. And we haven't always done that. Good teams do, and that's part of this process, this building process. Early second half, I thought they did a good job, guys, of jamming our outlets on makes. Our first 8-second transition offense off of makes and misses in the first half was elite, in my opinion, and they really slowed us there early second half, made it a point, their attention to detail with stopping our initial thrust, I thought slowed us down, made us play a little bit more in the half court, and we played a little bit lethargic there offensively, in the first 6-8 minutes of the second half.
Mike, really a great day for Georgia basketball in this program with the win over Kentucky, and then you factor in that the recognition of the Final Four team from '83 and their 40th anniversary. And great to have those guys back in the building, and we got a chance to speak to Coach Durham. It all came together today for this program, and it's a memorable afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be memorable for those guys, be memorable for our staff. We really look forward to getting upstairs and spending a little bit of time with those guys, but also not trying to invade their space, right? Those guys need opportunities to reconnect and celebrate, and it's just a really neat thing. I'm happy. I'm proud for our administration to do it. I'm proud for those guys to come back. This is their program. We just happen to be here and have the opportunity to coach here. I'm also very appreciative to our fans who were fantastic today. We continue to elevate the environment in the Steg.
Can you say something, too, about how this crowd performed getting behind this team?
Yeah, we've had a couple tough home losses that probably some of our crowd thought, man, surely we'll win this one. And the SEC is really good, and they've been disappointing losses, of course. All losses are disappointing, but a couple that we had chances and just didn't come through at home. And for them to bounce back, we talk about our guys responded. Our crowd responded today in numbers. In enthusiasm, really. You guys were a factor, whoever's out there listening, especially down the stretch defensively. You helped us get some stops.
And that helps. Boy, that helps.
Coach, congratulations on this one. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon with the 83 Final Four team, and get them ready for LSU. We got another one coming up.
Let's go. We're on the film, SEC Network, ESPN tonight. Watch some college hoops games. There'll be lots of really good games on. And at the commercials, we'll be watching the Bayou Bengals.
All right, that's Coach Mike White. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
Dogs win it over Kentucky, 75-68. This is the Regions Locker Room Report. We'll come back with the final stats And we'll get to some scores for you, too, of the games that are in progress.
Adam would
with
like
Luke.
for you just to go ahead and...
Adam wants me to wrap it up. Well, we'll go through these finals. He might. Well, he has his Red Bull here. Maybe that's what's ramping up the process here. All right, we'll come back. We'll take a break here. We'll come back for more right after this. Georgia winner today, 75-68 over Kentucky on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is committed to protecting the state of Georgia. No one knows Georgia like we do because no one covers the state like we do. Georgia families are our only focus, and we have offices in just about every county of the state. You can call it our home field advantage. No matter where you are in Georgia, Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is always the home team.
Georgia fans, college basketball is back, so grab your friends in a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game. Whether you're at the bar with fellow dogs or watching with your friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis and go Dogs! Dos Equis, proud partner of Georgia Athletics. Get a dose. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2022, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Go Dogs, sick 'em! Whether they're on the road or the home court, my family and I get loud and proud whenever the dogs are unleashed. In this basketball season, Scana Energy is part of all the action as a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. So join my family and Scana in cheering on the dogs to glory this season. Sign up for Scana today and get up to $100. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com/GoDogs for details. Limited time offer, terms and conditions apply.
There are 5 boxes. No one knows what's in them. Yet, you may choose only one.
Is this a riddle?
No, just play Cash Pop for the chance to choose one of 5 mystery boxes with prizes worth $5,000 to $30,000.
Like a luxury vacation or even a car?
These are mystery boxes.
Yeah, but I might just peek first.
Oh boy.
It's the Cash Pop Mystery Box Giveaway, now through March 12th. Learn more at playcashpop.com. Play responsibly.
We're yucking it up here at the Stegman Coliseum, which for the most part is emptied out now after it was packed to the gills today to watch Georgia beat Kentucky 75-68. Welcome back to the Georgia Regions Locker Room Report. There we go. Get it right. Let's run through the final stats now, brought to you by Northside Hospital. Guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal with expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more. You can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital. Team stats, Georgia ends the game shooting right at 41%. They hit 22 of 54 shots, 6 of 19 on the 3-ball, and very good from the foul line, 25 of 29, 86% at the free throw stripe. Kentucky shot 38.5%, 25 of 65. They were 7 of 20 on threes and 11 of 13 at the free throw line. They had one more rebound than Georgia, 38-37, but the Dogs certainly held their own. Georgia did an outstanding job of possessing the basketball as well. Only 7 turnovers, which was 6 less than our season average, 6.5 as a matter of fact. So 7 turnover, outstanding number. Kentucky had 9 turnovers. They had 17 assists on their 25 baskets. Georgia had 13 assists on its 22 baskets. Points in the paint, Georgia won that category 32-26. And off the bench, Kentucky playing with a very short roster of only 7 guys today. Georgia's bench, 21 points. Kentucky only had 2 points off their bench
today.
What
was points in the paint again?
32-26.
Like you said, that's
6.
not something you would have expected coming in.
Not with when the other team has Oscar Sheboy, and he had 20 and 14 today. They had 2 guys with 20 points. Sheboy finished with 20, another double-double for him, his 14th of the year. And Antonio Reeves started off red hot for them. He finished with 20 and 6 rebounds. The leading scorer for Georgia, Cario Oquindo, with 21 points. Georgia had 2 other guys in double figures. Justin Hill had another nice game, 4 for 8 shooting, 6 for 6 from the free throw line. 6 assists, only 1 turnover. He had 15 points and 2 steals. Braylon Bridges, as you heard Coach Mike White a few moments ago talk about what an outstanding performance he had. 12 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and no turnovers, and plus 22 in the plus-minus.
And Scott, listen, I don't think there's any secret. When Braylon plays well, Georgia plays well. Braylon means so much to this team because of his scoring ability with either hand, down in that low post, and because of his size. He can when he uses his body well, he plays good defense and he gets rebounds for you. So, yeah, that's not a coincidence.
So Georgia, let's run down the rest of the scores for the Bulldogs. Jabri Abdur-Rahim had one of the bigger shots of the game, too, that 3 ball on the dish out from Braylon. He finished with 9 points, 3 for 4 on threes. Terry Roberts, in his first game back after the concussion, had 9 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. Juice Holt had 4 points and 3 rebounds. M.A. Moncrief, not as much luck offensively today, only 2 points, but he had 9 rebounds this afternoon. Georgia left a lot on the table, missed a lot of layups today. 13 layups missed by the Bulldogs, but in the end, it didn't come back to haunt them as Georgia wins it 75-68 over Kentucky, improving to 15-10 now and 5-7 in the SEC, and beating Kentucky on our home floor in consecutive years or consecutive appearances on the home floor for the first time in over 30 years in the Georgia program. Cats with the loss now 16-9, and they are 7-5. They go to Mississippi State for their next game on Wednesday. The Dogs are home for the last game of the 3-game homestand Tuesday night. It's a late start, 8:30 here at Stegman Coliseum, and the Dogs hosting a struggling LSU team, which coming into today had lost 11 in a row. So the Dogs will try to make it 2 out of 3 at home during the homestand when they host LSU on Tuesday night. We hope you can join us, 8:05 airtime here along the network. Our final today, Georgia 75, Kentucky 68. That's going to do it for the Athens portion of the Regions Locker Room Report. As Luke Ned Carney is in our Piedmont Healthcare Network studios, he'll get you up to date on the rest of college basketball in the SEC specifically, coming up in just a few moments. Happy birthday to Chuck Dowdle. His birthday is tomorrow. Adam Gillespie, our producer-engineer. I'm Scott Howard. Luke is next here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
In SEC sports, the ifs come at you every minute. What if your QB had released the ball a second earlier? What if the head coach hadn't used his last time out? What if your team goes all the way this season? If you love the tradition, if you live for the rivalry, if you can't wait each week for the absolute edge of your seat action, Regions is right there with you as the official bank of the SEC.
Regions can't help you with the ifs in sports. Regions helps you embrace the infinite life.
Member FDIC.
It's time to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career path with flexibility and great pay and benefits? Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today. Bundle today at progressive.com. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Piedmont is passionate about Georgia, about each and every person that make this state incredible. From farmers to creators, manufacturers to teachers, to the dedicated staff walking our hallways. It's why we're leading real change in healthcare, to empower you through tools that make it easy to book in minutes, check in before you walk in, and have your health information all in one place. Visit Piedmont.org. Piedmont, real change lives here.
the BMW i4 M50. It's 100% electric and 100% BMW. Experience the power of over 500 horses stampeding at a whisper as BMW M-engineered handling takes you through every twist and turn. The complete suite of intuitive technology keeps you connected. The pure performance keeps your heart racing. The BMW i4 M50. Silence has never said so much. BMW, the ultimate electric driving machine.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. Go Dogs!
Georgia takes down Kentucky and ends a 3-game losing streak, 75-68 the final at Stegman Coliseum. Luke Ned-Carney here with you on the Regions Bank post-game report. And a quick check of the SEC scoreboard. Down the wire they come in Oxford, Mississippi.
So a turnover, and Ole Miss with the basketball. Breakfield, left side to Morrell. Morrell with Johnson on him, drives for the bank shot. No, but a catch dunk and a flush by McInnes. Wow, he caught it off the front rim and two-handed stuffed it.
David Kellum on the call from the Ole Miss Radio Network. However, South Carolina has just forged ahead in the last few seconds. A three-pointer gives the Gamecocks a 61-59 lead with 38 seconds to play, and they're in a timeout right now in Oxford. 4:08 to play in the first half. It's the Iron Bowl basketball style. This one neck and neck. 30-29 Auburn on top of third-ranked Alabama. The Crimson Tide comes into this game 11-0 in SEC play. About half an hour from now at 3:30 at the O-Dome in Gainesville, Florida welcomes a Vanderbilt team looking to capture its third straight win. The Gators have dropped 2 in a row. Later tonight, a pair of games at 6 o'clock. 6th-ranked Tennessee returns to Rocky Top. They host Missouri, while Arkansas entertains Mississippi State in Fayetteville. The nightcap at 8:30 features Texas A&M heading to the PMAC to lock horns with LSU on the Bayou. The Tigers have dropped 11 straight games. Our final score, Georgia 75, Kentucky 68. We'll take a timeout and wrap this one up on the other side. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is committed to protecting the state of Georgia. No one knows Georgia like we do because no one covers the state like we do. Georgia families are our only focus, and we have offices in just about every county of the state. You can call it our home field advantage. No matter where you are in Georgia, Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is always the home team.
Georgia fans, college basketball is back, so grab your friends in a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game. Whether you're at the bar with fellow dogs or watching with your friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis and go Dogs. Dos Equis, proud partner of Georgia Athletics. Get a dose. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2022, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
This is Georgia Basketball, brought to you by Wendy's. Wendy's home-style French toast sticks are so good, some are saying they're better than their moms. Perfectly crispy, perfectly golden brown. Try Wendy's home-style French toast sticks today and see if they're better than your mom's. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Get ready for tip-off at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldogs gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the Other 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore, it's where dogs shop.
When you bundle your renters and auto insurance with Progressive, you could save money, but it doesn't cover any terrible memories living rent-free in your head.
Hey, just wanted to remind you of that time your kicker missed the extra point and lost the game. Even though he'd literally never missed an extra point, he chose this playoff game to miss. Yeah, I just noticed you hadn't thought about that in a bit. Wouldn't want you to miss, thinking about it.
Sorry, we can't save you from that memory, but we could save you money bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Coverage from Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Renters insurance and bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Luke Ned-Carney one final time in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Georgia, a 75-68 winner over the University of Kentucky. Dogs are now 15-10, 5-7 in the SEC. Next broadcast for the Dogs men's basketball team will be Tuesday night, Valentine's Day, 8:05 pregame, 8:30 tip from Stegman Coliseum as the LSU Tigers come to town. LSU looking to end an 11-game losing streak with Texas A&M in their building tonight. That's about all we've got for you here from the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. One more time, our final score, Georgia 75, Kentucky 68. For Scott Howard, Chuck Dowdle, and Adam Gillespie, my name is Luke Nadkarni. If you're making your way home from Stegman Coliseum, please do so safely, and we'll talk to you next time on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, you've been listening to the Locker Room Report, presented by Regions. Today's coverage has been brought to you by Regions. Get your Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Georgia Farm Bureau. Always the home team. And by Piedmont Healthcare. Piedmont empowers Georgians by changing healthcare, making it better, more simplified, and easier to access. Real change lives here. The proceeding has been a presentation of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, powered by Learfield and JMI Sports.
Unbelievable. They beat Arkansas and go wire to wire to win the SEC tournament.